I'd like to take a second to tell you about a very special client that's been with us for a minute. A place that I like to call Butthole City.
No.
But it's really Fairvilla Megastore.
No, they don't.
Otherwise known as Butthole City.
No, it's not. No, it's not known as that.
Show your titties at Butthole City. That's what my dad used to say. This is his final words.
Fairvilla has multiple locations, of course.
Your body has multiple locations.
Okay. There's the Fairvilla Megastore and OBT.
Yeah,
right there.
That's the flagship.
Yep. There is a location on iDrive.
Yep. Put some tourists on it.
There's a location in Secret's Hideaway. In Kissimmee.
That one's got all the ropes.
Yeah. Some of our BDMs go to Secret's Hideaway. I didn't know.
Yeah. What do you think? They're human.
And there's a location over on the Cape Canaveral.
Yes,
location
put some sand on it.
Of course, the Key West.
Yes, put a little gay on it.
So another thing Fairvilla does, it's really cool, is that Fairvilla University, they do virtually.
They take the education and you kind of coming out of your shell, so to speak, trying new things. They take it very, very seriously, and they do seminars, free seminars that you can actually just sign up for. You can join. You can watch their YouTube channel. Just look for Fairvilla University, or FU, and like and subscribe. They give out really, really good information from professionals. They've been doing this for, I want to say, like 50, 60 years now. This is been a family business. They've been doing this for forever.
They'll still personally shop for you if you don't want to be in contact with anybody. You can call them up.
The best staff in the business, man. No judgment there. They'll walk you through it. And if you're a little timid, because it can be a little, maybe a little scared to go in there. Don't be. Go in there, talk to somebody.
Listen, this is coming from me. Yeah. Like I'm not uncomfortable walking into Fairvilla
because you at ease.
Yeah, and especially like it starts. You could do anything from massage oils to like the really small stuff, and then
look, man, we talk a big game. I'm not crazy. I go pretty much boring dad speed, but hey, Fairvilla's fun, and try that Womanizer Plus
or second floor butthole.
Yeah, butthole. Go back. Yeah. You want to go to the city, baby? We're going. Gas up the car.
Fairvilla.com.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio. It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Whoopee! Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey. I'm Dan. Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Dan, Tom.
Yep. So
they just took care of everybody.
Yeah, just jump into it, baby. Let's do it.
Samantha's here.
Hey.
Butler's here. Seth Petrozelli's here.
All right.
But he ran in here and pooped up the bathroom. And it
then
smells.
You went to Peepee.
Yeah.
And you had to stand in it.
Oh, did you have to pee on it?
Oh, yeah.
It smells like someone put like bird seed on a like tinfoil and baked
it in an oven. Yeah. It smells like hot bird seed.
Yeah, it does. And
starting right in right away.
Yeah, it's weird.
Who runs in to someone's business?
It was an emergency.
I did. I
doo-doos.
Oh, your pee-pee smells like
then don't tell. I'm already.
We're going to talk about it.
Second.
Yeah, well, this isn't way wrong way to start out.
It's hard. We'll talk about that. But before that, two things. One is I wanted to announce we're doing our BDM poker tournament, online poker tournament. Again,
there's so much going on. I don't know what you're going to announce. There's a lot to announce.
I was like, what is it?
Next Thursday, February 25th. I think it usually starts at 8 o'clock. Just sign up at bdmpoker.com.
Thank you for calling A Mediocre Time. Are you going to play BDM poker? Hello?
He thinks he's part of the show now.
Who is this?
Mike B.
Mike B, are you going to play BDM poker?
You blew it, Mike
You
B.
motherfucker.
I hear your nose
You're
ring,
fucking
B.
dead to me.
Anyway,
Okay.
I noticed there's a BDM that kept posting pictures of him at first place in these tournaments because they do the constantly. It's
So
through
you're talking
Poker
about
Bros.
the BDM poker tournaments? that we
No,
do,
no,
yeah.
no, not those. Like, we do those
So
once a
he's
month.
just playing on his own time on
Yes,
Poker Bros.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yeah, and but he's signed up with us, and he kept like posting these first place wins on these different tournaments, and I text Craig, I'm like, how much is this guy? How much has he won?
Yeah.
And Craig said $35,000.
That's true.
That's how much I'm making a year.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration.
I'm not. I will go my entire life gambling and never even get to half that.
It's a
even
real
if I
thing.
dedicated my anyway. So BDMpoker.com. We do a BDM only poker tournament,
and we're going to
once
do
a month.
another one. Yeah. When is the next
225.
225. So, and I really enjoy it. It's really, really fun. It's it can be as
all online,
as crazy as you want to make it. I prefer to just kind of sit in and have fun with it. I try to play tight and
Yeah.
stay in and get the fellowship out of it. I enjoy it.
So, and also, now everybody knows that we haven't done an event in over a year.
Agreed.
We haven't
Been
done
weird.
all of 2020, and we honestly looked at 2021, and we're just like everybody else. We're watching and saying like, "Well, this is going to take a while before
We're
and
a quarter of the way through already.
yeah, so, I know, and then we started looking like, well, maybe if like a majority of people are vaccinated by the end of the year, we could do.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think this rollout has been
So
smooth as a baby's butt.
So we're basically facing 2021 as like, who knows how the hell could we ever pull off an event?
We're
and
going to
tell
do a big
everybody else?
group trip, right?
So then we got contacted by the fine people at Dr. Phillips, and they have a setup called Front Yard Fest, and it's a series, and they do multiple concerts, and they do movie showings and whatever. And basically, they partnered with Advent Health and the hospital, and basically made the front yard area in front of Dr.
Yeah,
Phillips.
like right out front. There's
I've seen it. It's really cool.
a huge grass area, and then what they basically did is built a beautiful wooden fence around it. Like they used the correct, aesthetics and architecture to make it look. They did the landscaping top notch, and they basically just said, "Hey, we're gonna make this little area that's super safe to do any type of outdoor event, and then you're gonna get to sit in your own little elevated off the ground scaffolding pod."
Yeah,
and
there's
you can
distance from everybody.
Every show should be like this.
Yeah, it's kind of. Seth, man, once I saw it, I'm like, I don't think I ever want to
Be
Go
around.
back.
everybody
No,
else.
this
Yeah,
is-
No, I agree.
We toured it yesterday.
fucking
and the-
amazing. You have to. By the way, you cannot tour it unless you take your temperature and do the check. You can't even take a tour of this thing unless you go through the thing.
There's big screens on both sides and a screen in the main stage, and we went around to all the different pods, and we're like, man, they set this thing up really nicely, and you could see everywhere. Anyway, so we've been working in the past month, I would say, pretty hard to make this happen. And
you've been pulling your surfing wave out your hair.
So nothing's online. This is basically a teaser announcement. Like Dr. Phillips is going to announce it on Monday, and then BDMs have the first chance to buy tickets with a special code that will be mailed to every BDM. So that's a advantage of being a BDM.
Indeed.
It'll be up on the BDM Facebook and all that. But basically, we didn't know what to do, and they told us, well, our first available date is April 17th. We looked at it and we were like,
what
man,
are the odds?
that was the day that we'd be getting back from our cruise that we
Yeah.
had to cancel. Then
So
Daniel,
like no bullshit. The date that they're like, we have this, and Tom's like, what, y'all? I can't do it. We'll be coming back from our cruise then.
Daniel said, how about we do a land cruise, the Tom and Dan land cruise? I'm like, that's why you're brilliant.
No, I'm not brilliant.
And so we are doing
Above average.
the
I don't even know about that.
Hey,
Not
Tom
in the
and
penis
Dan-
department. I had that conversation with my wife this morning.
land cruise, and basically I'll just give you a tiny hint of
I
the
can
setup.
just, you want me to do it?
But,
Want me to do the thing?
you gotta think. You gotta think.
Yeah, do the thing.
The other thing we think, and I know you go off to the coast here, it's important, is the cruise ships. We want to see the cruise ships sail again.
Land, it's all that we've got. COVID's here. It's here. And it's not gonna stop that crazy COVID, so we need a safe way to play. Advent Health, they're good folks.
Yes, they are.
And Tom and Dan save the day. It's the Tom and Dan Land Cruise. What's that? Hell, we don't even know. It's the Tom and Dan Land Cruise. We're really scrambling to put on a show. Last I heard, we got jugglers and possibly a rock band. That's true. And land. I mean, what else can you say? We're outside with all our BDM friends on this day. It's land, better than water land.
All right.
There it is. Now we're ready. Now we're officially ready.
Beautiful.
So
It's a great voice.
Basically,
I appreciate that, Seth.
Gates open at 6, and from 6 to 7, we got Ravon Roden, a steel drum player. Who's
And if
gonna
it's
be-
anything like the first day of the cruise, we're all going to get blacked out in that first hour.
Well, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So during the cocktail hour with
Pretend
Ravon,
the first hour is the first day of the cruise.
are we allowed to tell stories? I don't know how in depth you want to get. And
Well,
look, you're the captain, and I'm first mate. But
and how it works is once you get to your pod with your, obviously whoever's in your pod is who you bought tickets with,
Yes.
obviously,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
it's only you and then whoever, 4 people max. You'll see it all. I mean, I don't want to go too much into the details, but you'll be able to order through a QR code that in
Yes.
every pod, and then literally
So
they just
convenient.
You
They bring
have
it to
a-
you.
You have
Yeah.
a fucking waitress. You hit the thing,
Food, drinks,
and then you
like-
look at it, and then it's all like local restaurants and
This is
shit.
how it's always been.
restaurants.
So
Like you
you're
said.
like, yeah. So you can go like, oh, I just want the award-winning hamburger that Dubstred has that everybody loves. That cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I want that
It's like
cheeseburger.
5 different
and then I
restaurants
want
and-
some ice cold beers and a boop boop, and it comes to my pod.
cocktails
Amazing.
and everything. Yeah, and so
It's awesome.
anyway, we got
This
steel.
venue's too good for us, guys,
Yeah, it is,
honestly.
Steel drum player for the first hour. Then we're doing Tom and Dan bingo.
Yeah, just like a cruise.
Yeah, and we've got help with our cruise director.
Yeah, we have a real cruise director. This guy's
Mark Walker.
Yeah, he's worked the biggest ships. He's worked for maybe the one that's RC. I don't want to say the name.
Yeah.
I don't want to get him into trouble or compromise anything. But this guy has worked on the largest cruise ship available.
So everybody will get a bingo card in their gift bag, which every pod will have a custom gift bag.
And it's not bullshit
Thanks
bingo.
to
It's
some sponsors.
cash and prizes bingo.
Yeah,
It's fun.
And then after that, Mark Walker will take over. We have illusionist Michael Barron, who's going to perform an illusion.
Tom screams.
Honestly,
he's
some of these
from the
people-
office. He goes, I got an illusionist.
Well, this is how it happened. I called up our good buddy Charles Peacock, and I said, "Hey, this is what we're doing." He's like, "I'm in." That's what I told you. He was on in the green room of the Tonight Show.
He
We're
was
talking like making the Statue of Liberty disappear type illusions.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Great.
Yeah, I know. And but
He's done a bunch of
Charles,
he's a
Charles
cruise
knows
ship
this guy.
magician.
Yeah, he's done thousands of illusions. And then Charles was in the green room at the Tonight Show to be on Jimmy Fallon, and he's talking to you. And then I guess you lined up.
Well, he said he's like, I got a lot of people that are out of work right now.
I know
like,
a bunch of weirdos.
and he's like, everybody's struggling. So I said, well, listen, we'll hire them, we'll pay them, let's do something. So we made it work out. So we got an illusionist, Michael Barron. Then Charles Peacock comes on and he performs.
He has a new act that he just did on the Tonight
act.
Show.
And then to close out the night, we've got local reggae band Cashed Out.
So we've been wanting to work with Cashed Out for a very long time, and
And
now
so
we finally
it's-
get to ease into the evening listening.
It is a bizarre, it's a bizarre event, but
It's all cruise themed.
yeah.
I'm going to dress like a little sailor, I think.
We're trying
I'm gonna
to
wear
Temperature should be good. April, right? You said?
Yeah.
April
yeah.
17th.
Mid-April, yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Anyway, so it'll be announced that you can't do anything now. If you were going to go on our cruise,
Then you already know about it.
You already
Yeah.
know. You got an email and everything that.
How long until like beer cans or something starts flying from
Let's
one
hope not, because
area
we don't
to
want to
the
ruin our
other
relationship.
area?
with
I can just see like
Phillips.
grenades starting.
No,
to
our
fly.
guys are really
Do not
cool.
do that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's why we got
Dick
actually
cans being flung at us.
They came to us, and they probably did that because our guys aren't like other places we've worked before where the creature people ruin the venue. Our guys are good.
Yeah. So anyway, you'll find out more next week, and of course, BDM's are the first.
Do I play the other song now?
Oh, man.
No, we play at the end because I'm too curious.
I've loaded too many songs today.
yeah, and that's probably the whole Butthole City theme.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure we stick with the theme of Butthole
So,
City.
Seth's here. How you doing, Seth?
Good. Thanks.
So,
I don't believe
wrong.
you.
There's something
I honestly don't know where this is
Let's
going.
get to the bottom of
I
that.
haven't talked to you guys at all about
We
it.
struggled through those announcements. Normally, there's announcements I feel like would have been a little more high energy and crazy, but there is an underlining. I can feel
Yeah.
it. There is a
They got
cloud.
real somber when
there is
Seth got here.
A cloud in here of melancholia, or what? Like what your wife likes, that depression-o, and I want to get to the bottom of it. Are you the
I feel
source
bad
of
doing
it?
that to you guys. I apologize.
No.
I feel
feel
like this
bad
is
that
going to be
if-
therapy for me getting this out.
I feel bad if you're hurting right now.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's go back. Let's go back
I don't
a couple
want
weeks.
you to be sad.
Because about 3 weeks ago, you were going to come on that Friday, and then I text you on Thursday because I forgot you were coming on, and that was when we were trying to figure out what the Samantha situation with her husband got
Right.
COVID, and so I text you. I'm like, we all have COVID. You might have it too.
Everybody.
Wait, did you guys really get it? Is everything good now?
No,
Or-
we're good. We're good.
I don't know. I can't tell if this is tangerine White Claw or if it's lime, but I'm just going to say that I've had so much White Claw that they all kind of blend together in my palate now.
I just got back from Cancun.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this time Oh, by the way, thank you, Tom, for about Texas Strong. Tom is with them.
So anyway,
how was your phone party while you were there?
I text you and I said, hey, we're not having any guests and whatever. And then you text me back some cryptic, like, oh, no, yeah, okay, something not like Seth. It wasn't like, it was something short and, like, mysterious.
Depressing.
And
Fuck you.
So I thought that was weird. And then I think like a week later, I text you.
Because you asked me to come on the following week.
Yeah. And then you said, I'm going through some stuff right now. And then
No one knows what it's like to be the kicking man.
I created a I'm dying playlist.
Karate.
Oh my God. Really?
That song's on there. Actually.
so
Wow.
Yeah.
Behind shit eyes.
you know, and when you text me that, listen, the first thing I did want to do was bully you and make a joke, but I didn't.
He really
I'm
did.
different off the show.
Should I bully him, Daniel? I'm like, leave him alone, man. Jeez Louise.
And I was like, all right. And then I left it alone.
This is about the same time he saw me running, actually, and I
Running?
knew.
No, it's biking.
Biking.
And then I yelled, I'm like, hey.
But
But it was about that same time, and I knew it was him.
Me and Maisie are going to moon you.
I didn't want to turn back around and.
But then
talk.
you
Me
forced
and
your...
Maisie are going to pull our butts out. Yeah.
But
I totally,
That would have been good and bad at the same time.
then I thought you were fine because I saw that you forced your girlfriend to post her dancing in her
I didn't-
panties on
I
the
didn't-
medium page. And then I was like, oh, he's back to normal. He's
I
fine
didn't
again. But then
Wait a minute. Did she leave you?
No.
Oh, I was like, did she post that?
After these past 3 months, I don't know how.
A thirst post?
Okay, so let's go back and what happened, Seth?
I don't know how long we got. I wrote notes just to
You
keep
can
track
go
of my
as long as you
timeline.
want, man.
My God,
Seriously,
let's-
we're the owners.
Because I'd get confused about the timelines in my head. To be honest,
God, were you at the Capitol? It's what it sounds like.
No.
Were you there?
It's-
You
you're
were
gonna
there with
understand-
Chris Jericho's wife.
you're gonna hardly understand what's going on.
Well, mine's been ramped up too. So
Okay, so this kind of all started at the end of November. I remember a couple of times I was in here toward the beginning of this. I was telling you I was stressed and stuff like that, and going through some things.
Yeah.
Remember, I was having like some.
But
some
that
things
I
going-
thought it was because of your karate dojo.
yeah, which is part of
and
it for sure. Yeah, part of the stress.
you know.
But part of my thing, which I've come to realize, which I've always known, but the rational side of my brain just puts it out, is that I get stressed. I start having physical symptoms from that stress. Then I stress about those physical symptoms, thinking that they're actually something more than they are, and then it's a giant, huge snowball effect.
Like a traditional somatoform complex, like I have.
And then this snowball got big, really big and bad.
Okay, so it actually started in November.
It started
with
in November.
The stress, and then that compounded.
So in November, I'll spare you like the real details about the symptoms, but I was getting like bloat, shortness of breath. I woke up in the middle of the night, like my asthma was overreacting. I was freaking out, like not being able to breathe. And my breathing has been great for years. So I started my normal regimen like I usually do when I think of something in my stomach acting up. I start my Nexium. I doubled the amount usually for like a couple weeks, and usually that takes care of it. This time...
by the way, just to add, I get... that I suffer from the same... Like, mine is stomach when I go through severe anxiety.
Yeah,
That's why I've gone to the doctor for as many years. The listeners know it is my right side stomach. I haven't been drinking for... Well, I'm having... that, but you know what I mean. Like drinking like I drink, where it's like 6 a night. Right. And I've had nothing, and just the ones on Friday to help with the client, and it's gone away, but I have less anxiety.
Right.
It's all in my anxiety. Sorry. Anyway.
So, it's okay. So I've had that for a couple weeks, didn't go away. Got a little anxious, got worried, called my primary care, my main doctor, the man who's
How long you been
I have his personal number now, by the way.
I feel bad for
but not at this point I didn't.
I guess on the list of people I feel bad for, Seth Doctor, Andrew, right underneath.
Same person. It's the same person. Joke's on you.
Honestly, my garbage man. I do not follow any protocol they ask for.
So I set up an appointment with him, went in to see him, told him my symptoms, what's going on, that I'm on my regimen. He's like, just keep on it. I know you've been to me before a couple years ago for the same thing. Just keep doing it. Just relax. Blah 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 blah. So went home. Went home. Ignored everything he said. Totally ignored it. Literally like 6 hours later, I called my gastroenterologist who gave me my upper endoscopy, my colonoscopy years ago, stuff like that. So I immediately called him.
This is like me. I have a gastroenterologist.
Getting more anxious. Went back to primary care. Yeah. Told the pills. So the gastro doc. I'm sorry. I called my asthma doc first before my gastro. So I called him, telling him I had shortness of breath. He gave me some other pills to take at night in addition to my Nexium. That still really wasn't helping. It actually made me have a reaction, and this also could be my anxiousness. I started to get like a rash from when I took it. I broke out in a rash.
I remember you talking about a rash.
Yeah. Okay, so that was around that same time.
Sam's got a good rash memory.
You also have to be
one of your strong suits. Why you get hired?
A pretty well-known hypochondriac for you to call like some lung specialist, and then you'd be like, "I'm shortness of breath." They're like, "It's anxiety, Sam." During a pandemic, like he literally. He knew.
Yeah,
he knew.
But then I called the asthma doc. He gave me more pills. Did that for like maybe 2-3 days. That wasn't
Nothing's
working.
happening.
Nothing's happening. Okay. So then I called my gastroenterologist.
What's happening to you? Are you just having like a anxiety panic attack?
No, not constant. I'm just having these little tiny things. Like I can't eat food without having it all come up. I can't. When I'm working out, it's coming up. When I'm getting this bloat in my stomach, which puts pressure on my chest. So it like makes me have to take a deep breath in because of putting pressure on my diaphragm.
He is correct. I can completely identify with all of these feelings.
So in your mind during this, it's not
my
anxiety.
It's stomach cancer.
It's all these things. Because
this isn't working.
Which actually
my heart's expanding,
and it makes it worse too because
my heart's expanding.
Your heart, your stomach.
Wait, about halfway through the story is my cardiologist.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So I wasn't satisfied with the asthma doc, so I called my gastroenterologist.
You've got killer insurance.
Yeah, I got. I
get that good. It's not that old Florida Blue like I got.
How does the health insurance company like you make one roof claim and you'll never?
Right? How have you not been dropped from every insurance company?
Yeah. Like I got one hailstorm, I'll never get roof insurance again. So Seth got every goddamn test in the book.
So I went to the gastro doc. He said the exact same thing my primary care said. Look, you're anxious. You did this in the past. We just had a upper endoscopy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You're fine. He's like, keep on this regimen, see how it works. Went back maybe 2 days later. Still wasn't satisfied. I was pissed.
Which makes it worse, by the way. Anger.
I went back to my primary care and I told him that I went to my asthma doc. I went to the gastro. They said the same thing you did, but I'm still having these symptoms. I'm also starting to get now, in addition to that, night sweats, which that is when the real anxiety started. When I started waking up in the middle of the night, fucking drenched in sweat. So I thought that I knew I had lymphoma. I know, like, for a fact. My grandfather had lymphoma. I have lymphoma.
I don't mean to laugh, but my God.
But I also got.
It's probably because you're freaking out, so you're sweating in the middle.
I also started.
I need to add.
Go ahead and let him finish, and I want to
Seth's
pause.
girlfriend above my girlfriend.
I also started getting neuropathy, so I'm like itching my body, and then I did the worst thing in the world. I started to Google at that point.
No.
You just started after all this.
Wow. No. I was Googling before, but once the sweats and itching and the neuropathy started happening, then that all came together to fucking lymphoma, 100%.
Yeah, then you're just wallowing in it. I've done this. Mine's lupus.
So this was
people can relate in the chat room. There are people in the chat room that are like, I do it, I do it. So don't feel alone.
So
Seth,
but after when that started happening, like 2 days later, I called my primary care again. Told him all the stuff was happening. He said, come and make an appointment. Told him that I'm starting to have these symptoms now. Everybody's telling me this, but I'm having this. He reluctantly did like a full extreme blood panel on me, took everything and all that stuff.
And it came back?
It all came back normal.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
No, and you know what? It's almost worse. I've told this to you.
Yeah.
It's almost worse that it fucking comes back
Because then
normal.
I don't know what the fuck is causing
Exactly.
it. Yes. So, you want me to keep
a
going?
pretty good idea. No, yeah, I do. But I want to analyze this because
I've done this so many times.
this is
Just wait.
fascinating.
Just wait.
Well, I want to know how your girlfriend handles this because
She was being, of course, she's being sweet. We'll get through whatever it is. We do it. I'm sure it's just what the
I
doctor
almost
said.
feel like my wife. I'm gonna see a cafe. I'm gonna drive by a cafe and look, and there's my wife talking to your girlfriend, and she's sitting there. My wife's got like a cigarette. She's like, "You don't know what you're in for. You
gotta get out now."
Yeah, exactly. Just when I thought I was out,
Save
they
yourself.
pull me back in.
Did she tell you, hey, it's anxiety? Because I find that doesn't
She's
help.
sweet.
She said it's probably your anxiety, and if there is something, the doctor would know. They would be more worried. Like she's
Blowjobs.
She's not like in the extreme, like nothing's wrong, you're fine, but she's not like you're dying or something like that. She's like, look,
The middle, yeah.
the middle, like,
She hasn't reached the thing that Andrea says sometimes where she's like, I just can't live like this anymore. You didn't get any of that?
Yeah, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You'll get there. Yeah, call me when you do. I'll be outside with my backpack.
I don't want to get.
I'll throw them in the back of
I
the
don't want to get to that point.
in the tampon, and we take off, live our lives together in Mexico.
So
all the doctors.
after the primary care again, seeing him for the second or third time, ran on the blood test.
Are you able, like day to day, when this is happening to you?
Oh, I'm paralyzed.
Like,
my gym stopped. Not my gym. Okay, I still was teaching. I still was trying to get members and advertise. I still was trying to build up my dojo.
Okay,
but it was getting more and more like that doesn't matter. This matters. Like so, I was slowly like. I'll call that person. I'll call that person back later. I'm putting things off.
Shifting your priorities.
I started shifting big time. Started slowly shifting priorities right now. Like and then another little bit down. I started contemplating. That gym. It doesn't matter. I'll lose all the money. I don't care. I won't open the gym at this point. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah. So everything in your life is secondary to your lymphoma that you believe 100% you have. Yeah,
sinking into depression.
Yeah. So after the blood tests, I wasn't satisfied. I went back to my
created my own blood. I could solve this myself.
If only I could find someone who has lymphoma so I can get their blood.
I need to study them. I've been sitting here watching this woman with lymphoma for 7 days. It's boring. She does nothing.
So I went back to my gastro doc, made another appointment, and said, look, I know you told me this, but now I'm having these things, and my primary care run blood is normal, so what's it going to hurt to do another upper endoscopy to check me out to make sure everything's okay? So they reluctantly scheduled me an upper endoscopy.
Yeah, they don't like to do that either. If they think you don't have anything, they don't want to put you through it.
So that was the first of many procedures that the doctor scheduled to me. As I was nervously waiting for the upper endoscopy, I started Googling more things that could be wrong with my heart because I started thinking more heart stuff at this point. So I researched and made my own cardiologist. Nobody referred me.
Oh, you can know one. That's called the he don't know I'm crazy doctor.
I would be lying if I didn't say to make you feel better that my current gastro is one that I sought out because my other gastro apparently in my brain wasn't smart enough.
Really? Yeah, okay. Well, there we go.
By the way, don't call your restaurant gastropub because it sounds
I don't like that.
I feel like you're going to come in with an aluminum tray with just a segment of intestine on it. And you're just going to set it down in front of me and say, don't forget to squeeze the poop out first. It's disgusting.
When I called them to make the appointment, they seemed extremely confused as to why I was calling to make an
Thank
appointment.
you for calling Butthole City. This is Catherine speaking.
I kept telling them that
You need
it's
a
myself.
lower endoscopy.
By the way, I wonder if when they are doing the endoscopy, is they put the tube, they put you to
They
sleep,
put me
right?
to sleep, yeah.
And they put the tube there. Like, I imagine
it only can go two ways.
that like 99% of their patients are old as
yeah.
hell. Like,
Oh, when I was in the
65.
when I was in the waiting room, it was me and fucking grandma and Daddy Warbucks.
You've heard this
And then they
story
get
when
one-
I go to my gastro. It's me and other people that are there that die.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come next time and I'll see.
But I feel like I'm that one outlier that is like young, healthy guy that runs 5 miles a day, collapses, and fucking massive lymphoma attack.
We got a screech here.
I completely.
No, that happened.
Screech was not healthy, though.
I was in the hospital when the screech news came, just so you know.
Did that really affect you?
Were you kind of like?
I was in the hospital.
I'm
Yeah.
a jock, not a fucking nerd.
But you
so it
know
doesn't
that
matter.
Screech didn't live the same life that
I
you
know,
did, right?
I know.
Yeah, but
So,
random.
Although I will say that some people have said Screech's dojo is better than his.
Oh,
His dong, maybe.
I know.
that was
a
fake.
fake dong.
Yeah, that was fake dong.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I
Stunt
put my upper
You still get the
endoscopy.
bigger dong.
It was about a week. Upper endoscopy. Okay, cardiologist. Yes. Okay. So after I made the cardiologist appointment, it was not for a little bit. So
the cardiologist.
Oh no. So I called my doctor again. In between.
Wow.
And
Oh, my
I told
God.
him that I made the cardiologist, and he's like, I'm like, is there anything I can do in the meantime to figure this out? So he sent me for a chest X-ray, a basic chest X-ray. It came back normal, but I didn't care because X-rays suck.
That's what I said.
X-rays suck.
I'm like, why am I even getting this? Give me the big thing. The X-ray.
MRI.
An X-ray is like a black and white photo. You'll never be able to understand how we are.
Because
No, during all this time, these are just. I'm fast forwarding 2 days, 3 days. These days are fucking hell. Like,
Yeah.
they feel like an eternity. They're hell.
It steals your time.
I'm fucking in a. I don't even know how to explain it. A dark cloud over me, like
it's depression.
100-pound weight.
It's 100% depression. Dude. You can't. I can't get out of bed. At least you're moving around.
Yeah. I can't. I couldn't sleep. I got no sleep. Waking up nightmares. Waking up in the middle of the night. Still sweating.
From working with Daniel for so long and being his friend, I've realized.
Oh my God, you've never said that.
How hard it must be to just live your life completely convinced that you're dying. like it's not because we're looking at it like, oh, of course, like, but you don't understand. It's like when you get into this mode, you believe as if you had a terminal illness.
The only thing that has helped me
mentally, it's the same feeling, and I'm like, man, imagine living your life and trying to go to work and everything, thinking you have a terminal illness.
My daughter helps me because I am forced to care about somebody else's health, and there is a good, like, it makes me, I don't know, it gives me a distraction, I guess. So I think I have naturally improved. I'm not going to sit here and say that I've improved because I think anything that I've done, like, it's not like I go home and I've been putting through these series of mental practices in order to, I try to better myself, and I go to therapy and I take my medication, but I think my kid has naturally made me better. I have to get distracted with her health. So anyway, you're calling your GP in between. You're ready to go with all the other tests. He says there's nothing you can do. You do the chest X-ray.
Do the chest X-ray.
Stupid.
Not satisfied with
Does your doctor ever say, like, come on, man, I know you have an anxiety problem.
Yeah. Okay, so up until yesterday, I was there yesterday.
Oh no! Did he drop you as a client?
No. He just looked at me.
I've always thought they were going to do that, man. I've always thought they were going to drop me.
But I kind of want to give him a shout out, but I probably shouldn't.
You're paying him a bunch of money every time for nothing. So you're the best client.
Tom, I'll be honest with you. I know my gastro in Oviedo. I know for a fact that guy got frustrated with the number of times I've been in there. I could read it on his face. Really? I read people for a living. This is my job to like look at people or hear people and kind of feel. And I could tell that he's like, oh my God, this guy's again. But
then, it's he's charging you, so it's like a car mechanic. You just keep taking it. Like, hey, can you give it a once over? And be like, you were here last week. It's fine. Be like,
but if he really wants to fix you, it's like you said, the torture that you see on the person when they're sitting there. It would be very hard, I feel like, for most people that don't have a pulse to sit there and watch somebody that's being tortured by their own anxiety and not have compassion and understand that almost putting them through the examination helps them a little bit because it gives them maybe 3 minutes of fucking peace.
Yeah, and if I had like $1 for every time any one of these doctors said peace of mind, peace of mind.
It's Tom's idea, by the way. He does this every.
But mine's fake, but they don't know it yet. Like the blood test, you send the blood, and they're like, "You're fine."
It would have to be real.
Yeah, but I'm not. Most all my clients are always going to be. There's going to be a couple of ones that die because of this service.
That's not going to help him.
small percentage.
No.
So where are we at?
Okay, so after the chest X-ray, I had the upper endoscopy booked. Went to that, put me to sleep, woke me up, said, you know what, everything looked great. but they took biopsies of everything, of all, like they scraped the side just to be sure.
Your heart is 100% hard. Weird.
A lot of seeds in here.
My God.
There's seeds lining your esophagus.
Smells like Big Bird's jockstrap in here.
So from that night on, I went back to when the symptoms first started and meticulously logged, tried to remember every symptom I felt, everything I ate that day, everything I did. Logging. I have sheets on here of every day, symptoms, food, everything I've done, everything like that, just to like kind of maybe figure out a pattern.
It's good that I'm the same as him, but I'm also there's a little sprinkle of redneck lazy, and I'm like, I'm tired of doing it. I was like, fuck it, I'm out. I'll just smoke weed and die.
So once they took the biopsies, that was fast actually. And like a day or two after that, they came back and everything was fine.
Well, he can also put a rush on that if he knows you're worried.
But 2 days after that, I remember I made my cardiologist appointment.
Yeah.
So that was after my
Are you feeling any better at all?
No, I'm still having symptoms, and I'm still fucking freaking out, thinking that they haven't found what's wrong yet.
Yeah, I know.
So 2 days after I had my heart appointment, the doctor, this guy is awesome. The doctor thought I was crazy. He sat down with me, he looked at me, and puzzled this shit. Puzzled. He's like, okay, your symptoms. He's like, so why are you in here? So why are you here? I'm like, well, I read that it could be my heart causing my bloat and stuff like that. Which there's shit that does that.
Well, everything can cause everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, look, for peace of mind, he's like, I'll give you a stress test and I'll give you an echocardiogram, just to ease your mind. And then
on the house,
for the most of that appointment, he spoke to me about meditation and this app I should download for meditation.
I love meditation.
Because he's suspecting that it's an anxiety disorder of some sort, hypochondria, other than, Which I'm surprised they don't all deal with this,
Tom,
with
it
a high
is
amount
underdiagnosed.
Yeah.
People laugh at it.
Yeah.
We're doing it right now. We're part of the fucking problem.
I know, but I'm saying the doctors...
In a good way.
I feel like in today's society, a lot of people have higher anxiety and go with...
And hypochondria.
Hypochondria.
It's
also
hard to diagnose.
So you think... I feel like
there's got to be a better way.
Every fifth patient is a hypochondriac.
My husband is, but he's very mild compared to this.
Sam and I are doing the same type of therapy, the EMDR.
Well, I just started that this week.
Oh, no, whatever he told me, the meditation thing, I've downloaded it, and it was helping me.
It is,
sure.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's good.
10 to 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think you need to focus more on your mental health than your physical.
Because I think you're saying I need an MRI in my brain?
No, that's not what I said, but that's part of the illness. That's part of the illness.
That is what he heard. That's what I hear too. Like when you guys do that,
it's mental.
Shut up.
I always feel like we're doing something.
I was like this before. I was like this as a little kid. Remember, I cried for the AIDS epidemic in the 80s when I was like 5 years old.
Get it.
I bawled, cried.
I don't want to get AIDS. I'm going to go shit in my grandma's pool.
So anyway, when the cardiologist told me that he wants me to do the stress test and echocardiogram, I walked out and they asked me when I want to do it. They're like, oh, well, we have this next Thursday, which is like 4 or 5 days. I'm like, what do you have tomorrow? I'm like, no. I'm like, what do you have tomorrow? And she's like, normally we do this here. I'm like, but I could squeeze you in. I'm like, okay, yeah, squeeze me in for the fucking stress test tomorrow. I want to do it. Why would you book me here now?
Yeah, no, I know.
So,
the reason, by the way, though, they told me the reason that the 3 or 4 days, because I would say the same thing. I'd be like, well, don't you have anything now? And they'd be like, well, sir, we know you're crazy and there's nothing wrong with you, so we're going to wait 4 days.
I like they're giving a stress test. They're putting you on a light treadmill, walking slowly.
Oh, no.
And
I'll tell you what I did.
The day before you're doing a full MMA workout that none of us could fucking do.
Yeah. So they do it. They put me on that. I'm next to some guy that looked like he's. I feel bad saying this, but he's like 2 days away dying from diabetes. He's like trying on treadmill,
and you're like,
and then
I
you have
just
a lady,
like him.
and then I have a lady on the other side of me doing the treadmill test, who they had to help out of the wheelchair to get on the treadmill.
You should have helped.
I fucking ripped my shirt off. And for some reason, I like bowed up.
Making your pussy wet, you big fat pig.
and the doctor sat behind me like this and watched me. I had my shirt off with my mask on, I double masked it, and I fucking ran for like.
Which one of you fatties has a boner right now? Oh yeah.
So that was the only time I felt kind of good. Is like I know I could exercise. Because when I exercise, my shit, I don't feel anything. I feel
you're overrunning the treadmill, like pushing it, smoking
faster. Yeah.
The doctor's like, you're in better shape than I am.
Beat that fat ass.
You're more ripped than I've ever seen any of my patients ever.
So he sat me down right after the stress test. I'm still like. He's like, Seth, he's like, you're fine. He's like, that was great. He's like, your echocardiogram next week. He's like, come in for that. So went home, but during all this time still, I'm still thinking I have lymphoma. I'm still getting the itching. I'm still like, my grandpa died. I have it. I know it's hereditary. It's not. My primary care goes, you know what? Those cancers really aren't hereditary. They're different type of cancers where they don't usually trickle down. But that weekend, so I stress test Thursday or Friday. That weekend, I was so fucking freaked out that I had lymphoma. Tracy, this is the one time where she didn't get mad, but she was like, stop touching it, stop. I was like constantly helping.
You're jacking your
no, I was touching
your
it,
pants.
squeezing.
Stop touching it.
Lifting
Come everywhere.
Swallowing hard, like swallowing,
Squeezing your neck,
constantly squeezing my neck. Like I'm talking like a lot. That Monday morning,
Daniel used to do that with the side. He poke his side.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm like, and then he's like, it's sore. I'm like, you've been poking it for 5 days.
That's what it's
So, man, that should make you feel better.
Yeah.
The side poke. Everybody here knows of the infamous dinner side poke, and they're all fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with my fucking side.
Yeah. So that next morning, the Monday, after I was fucking choking myself the whole weekend, I woke up. My neck was fucking. It felt like I had putting in a gi choke. I was getting choked the whole time. So I immediately called my primary again.
Did you tell your primary that you were choking yourself?
No, I didn't. But Tracy in the background goes, Tracy, when I was talking to him, tell him you were doing it. And then when I made the appointment to go in the next day, I was
Did she go with you?
The next day. No, she doesn't go with me. She's like, make sure you tell him that you were pushing on your neck the whole time.
Dude, Andrea, if you were married, you wouldn't. Maybe it would help you because Andrea goes with me because she thinks I'm going to fucking lie to her or leave out details.
I knew.
Yes.
And Andrea goes with me, and then she says, you shut up. And I just sit there like a child at the pediatrician.
Oh my God.
And then my wife goes, he's complaining on his side again. I know there's nothing wrong. He has been boozing, and he needs to lose some weight. And then I just sit there, and I'm like, and
do you get a lollipop?
And then he's like, is this true? And I'm like, yes, sir. You know, like, yeah, this is fucking God.
So when I went in the very next day to my primary, he again reluctantly said, all right, he's like, it feels fine. He's like, so I don't see nothing. He's like, I'll get you an ultrasound of your neck for peace of mind.
Oh, no.
So I went, as soon as I got the sheet.
$1,800 from your insurance.
As soon as I got the sheet there, he's like, they'll call you. I got in my car. I called them. They're like, oh, we don't have it yet. I'm like, I have it in front of me. Do you need the number? Like, well, he's going to fax it to us. I'm like, I have the number, the order number.
Drive it to him?
No, I was on the way as I was calling just in case they could fit me in. They fit me in the same day, but it was like a couple hours later. So I went home and then went there.
It's amazing that you're able to do this.
So I went in for the ultrasound the same day, and I knew. In my mind, I knew that girl was going to look on there and see fucking lymphoma or something horrible, and that she was going to show it in her face. So I looked away from the whole time, closed my eyes, and was just like,
I'm reading his new play. Oh my God! If there was only a scenario where I could somehow set up a prank where a doctor tells Seth he's got cancer.
So, okay, well, wait.
Think about how good it would be, though. Oh my God. I mean, because
I don't know what.
Can I get to my next part?
I'm sorry.
You might regret what you're saying right now.
Imagine the joy when he finds out it's a prank.
I'm sorry, you have to pause when he has his cancer dreams.
So the next day, my doctor called me, and he told me they found something suspicious in my thyroid.
Why would they tell you that? Because I know
they have to tell you.
Well, then they're not going to tell me?
No, over the phone, bring him in.
Yeah, but
I would rather not.
But don't you put everything?
Why, you're going to kick the doctor's head off?
So you're like, I found something. Like this is how I would think.
I'm looking at it right here. It appears that
Nothing. Oh, hold on.
He's like, this isn't. This shouldn't be. Hold on. What? All right, well, I'll be right back.
Well, let me call you back.
Let me double check this.
Why these
This
numbers?
doesn't look right.
So as soon as he said that they found something
Did you
suspicious
pass
in my
out?
thyroid, they said they have to buy it. They said normally they wouldn't, but the size and the thickness that they have to biopsy it. So immediately, as
I'm
soon
sorry,
as
it was just your dick. All right, we had the wrong.
Tommy.
I biopsy this guy's big fat cock.
I'm sorry. I'm only joking because I assume this is ending good.
Why would you assume that?
Yeah, I don't know why you assume that, but okay. So as soon as he told me that was the beginning. Like I was already on a downward spiral, like pretty fast. This set me into a fucking
Depression.
fucking depression. So as soon as he said that, I immediately started bawling, crying, and didn't stop crying for a few hours. Tracy tried to console me; she couldn't, no matter what. Called my fucking mom and dad. Told them that I was probably dying.
Not your dad.
Oh, you did that?
I told them that I had a suspicious nodule in my thyroid, and they have to biopsy it. And I fucking was. I sit in my little chill room and just like in a ball and just was fucking crying. Like I thought I was dead.
Is your dad a real man enough to tell you that
I know
you're,
this
you're
feeling.
fine, son?
Yes. He told me to. He's like, Seth. He's like, calm down. He's like, he was calming down. My mom too. They were all like, it's probably nothing. Like they'd probably do this all the time.
It's funny. Before my mom passed, I can remember
when
crying.
He hung up, he's like, he did throw his shitty underwear everywhere.
They raised you. They know you've been like this your whole life.
Yeah, I can remember having the same sort of moment with my mom and even with my dad. Yeah, I was that way in front of my dad. And it is cool that parents, like with you guys, we'll joke around stuff like that. But with parents, there's like, at least with mine, I know there's shitty parents out there. But and it sounds like you got the good reaction. Like there's a nice no bullshit where it's like, look, we understand that this shit's nobody wants.
Like Seth, that's worst case. You have so much family.
Nobody fucking enjoys this. That's the thing. Is that like everybody wants it to be a switch? It's just not a switch.
No.
If it were, we would turn it off.
So I immediately again called and made the appointment for the biopsy, and this is the worst part. They couldn't fit me in for like 6 days. To actually get the bike, because there's one guy that does it, and it's
this is
6 days out over a weekend.
Field works.
Was this in the time where I text you and you were like, I think I don't know yet?
Yes, this is probably when I was either getting the biopsy or waiting for the biopsy results. Yes, I'm pretty sure that was at the time.
Just no, I typed a joke then deleted it because I was like, what if it is?
Crystal, how do you spell cancer?
So those 6 days waiting for that. I had Daichi teaching my karate. I had.
So you do the checkout. That's what I do. I pull out of society.
I was out. I was like, I don't care about my final inspection about the dojo. Like, I'll lose my money on it. I don't care.
I do that. I cancel everything. I don't go to dinner, cancel all plans, don't see friends, don't see family.
I have no idea about
plans?
Anything. Or human biology. Where is your thyroid?
It's in your neck.
Right here.
The thing he was squeezing
like a butterfly.
for days.
It's a butterfly organ that sits right at the bottom of your neck.
I believe
When
that's
you're sick,
a
it
fancy
swells.
word for penis.
Yeah. And
Because it's right by your thigh. Yeah.
they said
thyroid, gyroid.
there was a nodule on it.
A nodule, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, I asked my doctor friends at the gym, my doctor that trains me in karate. I'm like, sorry, this is what's going on. I told you bro.
Sucking too many dicks.
I like
I only told a couple
the other bros bullying you.
It wasn't bros. They're like smart. They're doctors. They're smart.
Probably Kimbo Slice's cock.
So they're like, if it makes you feel any better, they're like, most of the time, the nodules that are in thyroids are benign. Normally, most.
Would
of the
it
time
make you feel better to know that I have nodules?
Yeah,
I think everybody's got nodules. Right? Whether
or not it's cancer,
mine is all nodules. Nodule City in there.
between those 6 days of waiting to get the biopsy, I had my echocardiogram appointment for my heart set up. So went in for my echocardiogram of my heart, and as I was doing that again, I thought it was just gonna be more bad news again. So I really was trying not to cry as she was fucking giving me an echocardiogram. So I'm sure she thought I was a fucking crazy guy.
I've done this as well, but mine was an ultrasound. You start crying while the lady's ultrasounding your stomach. Yeah.
And then they told me after that,
more medical procedures than I've ever had in my entire life. By the way,
just wait,
half an hour.
Oh my God, are we halfway through yet? I can't take much more of this depressing shit.
Fun Friday.
Yeah, everybody said
an hour of depression.
Sorry, guys. You asked me to come. Well, no, actually,
yeah, we need the bullet points though. We don't need.
Okay. Okay. So they said these are the cliff notes. Trust me, if I go into detail and shit.
We can help you, man.
After the echo.
Oh my god!
After the echocardiogram, they said it could be a couple weeks for the results, and I freaked out. I'm like, 2 weeks? I'm like, I could have a heart problem. She's like, I'm sorry. She's like, don't worry. When she said don't worry, that was a way of, because they're not allowed to tell you what's going on with it, but I think that was her way of like calming me down, saying, look, I didn't see anything. You're
don't
fine.
worry.
I could have a heart problem. I gotta go run stadium stairs to calm myself down. You're doing an insane amount of workout.
So
it's like
sweat it out.
Literally, people with heart problems can't even stand up out of the couch because they fucking pass out. It's like you're running goddamn stairs.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know. Irrational fear is not fixed by rationality.
No.
Anyway.
So before I even went to get the biopsy, so there's like a few days left, I didn't want to wait for the outcome. I called an oncologist, cancer specialist.
Mm-hmm.
I called them.
I'm familiar. I've been to one of those.
As soon as they answered the phone, they were extremely. They're like, wait. Help! They're like, what? What do you want? Like, you want to come see us? Do you have results? Do you have a referring physician? I'm like, no. I'm like, I just think I have. They found something. I'm about to get it biopsied. I want to come in just to talk about it and see what. Like, well, you don't have results. I'm like, but make me an appointment. I'll pay whatever it is. Just make me an appointment. So
all right. Well, you got one right now. It's $2 million.
So she booked me the appointment. I'm trying to go faster for you guys.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
The day of the biopsy, it came, and literally the day of the biopsy. So I've been freaking out for this day forever. They called me 2 hours before the biopsy, and they said...
Mixed up your records.
No, they said... No. They said the doctor that does it had an emergency with postponed until tomorrow.
The doctor who's performing your biopsy had a biopsy, and he has cancer.
So...
Coughed right on your nodule.
He also looks exactly like you. It's weird. All right, bye-bye.
So as soon as I heard that news, that it was canceled, I had to wait another day to find out that I had cancer. I fucking went off the deep end. I said, Tracy, I'm going to the hospital. I'm going there. I'm checking myself in, and they're going to find out what's wrong.
I've done this. I told Andrea. I told Andrea, I'm checking myself at the hospital on Halloween night of this year, if that makes you feel better.
Oh my god.
That's after I passed out in the bushes when the clown yelled at me with a megaphone. It's a true fucking story.
I remember that.
It's a true fucking story. This shit happens, man. This is real shit.
You know, but Daniel's able to hide it pretty good. I know something's wrong with him.
I hide it with jokes.
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital, sat there, no joke, for 7 hours. I think by the time I got, it was like 8 hours. But when I was in there, all that 7 to 8 hours, all for them to say, "Look,
what did they admit you for?"
I told them that I was having, problems breathing because my stomach was still distended.
So you were taking up COVID space.
No, they have a
while
COVID.
my husband's dying.
They
in
have a different
hospital.
COVID unit. There's a different COVID unit. I asked them that specifically. I'm like, "Hey, are there COVID people sitting with me right now?"
Yeah.
They're like, "No,
they're
they're
gross.
Wait, don't know how we're supposed to know.
In the waiting room, they don't differentiate.
No. So for 7 8 hours,
like this guy looks like.
I think they put a scarlet letter in your chest.
So for those 7 8 hours, I was waiting in the hospital. I got really I'm already emotional, stuff like that. So I sat and wrote. And it took me a few hours.
You wrote a poem?
I wrote a Broadway play.
I wrote out my last will and testament. I wrote out where all my money should go, where the gym should go, where my house should go, what you should do with my cars.
I'll take the car.
Wait a minute, we got the cars?
No, I gave you guys something. I don't want to tell you. But literally,
this really took a real sad turn.
Yeah. So
He's going to give us his turtles.
I'll
take Mr. Green.
So they got me in the back room after writing that. It made me get a good sense of peace, actually. Right? For some reason, I felt at ease writing that. It made me feel better, which is weird.
Did you write
Do you want to die?
No, no, I don't want to die.
Did you write in your notes of your iPhone?
Yeah, did you do it with the Justin Timberlake apology?
You did the Justin Timberlake apology.
he died in the waiting room, but I don't know his password to get.
I told Tracy my password in case. I told her where this was. I'm like, hey, it's on my notes.
Yeah, trying Gorilla 69. We're in.
Tracy.
So
I feel bad for her.
I don't know.
She was waiting with me for like 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, Tracy, I'm like, go home, eat. I'm like, once I'm in there, and I'll text you.
She got the rich, athletic, ripped guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the.
There's always a catch.
So you got your results.
So no. Huh?
Did you get your results?
No, I waited in the waiting room. They took me and they said, look, you have an appointment for the biopsy tomorrow. Like, there's nothing we can do. By the time we call somebody in to give you a biopsy, it's going to be 2 days. You already have an appointment set. They're like, go home, get it tomorrow. I'm like, okay. They told me what I needed to hear, I guess. So the next day.
So all you did is go to a cancer specialist to write your...
this is
This is the hospital.
So
I'm at the ER.
So you just went to the ER to write your last will and testament just to kind of be in the zone, I guess, like...
Oh, I went there because I thought that I would really get checked in and like,
you
I'm
know
going to
what
sit
I'm
here.
saying? It's like when you go to the library to do your homework. It's like it's a target-rich environment.
I will say, I'm like laughing through all this, and it's brave of you to tell people this, because I'm sure there's a level of embarrassment.
Oh, it's extremely embarrassing.
And vulnerability, to tell someone.
When am I one to hide shit?
Because
but it's the
most
only
people
way you
do
can
this.
take control of it, though. I feel like for me, sharing it with you guys on the radio, and I know that, I started doing it. Yeah, whatever the fuck this is. This helps me. It helps me out.
So the next day the biopsy comes, I walk in, they fucking stick needles all on my neck to numb me up, then they go all deep, and like during this whole time I'm fucking I'm such a pussy. Like, I was looking away, like tears rolling down my eyes as they're sticking.
No,
needle
dude,
in my
this
throat.
isn't a rational fear.
So they're probably like
put needles in his neck. He's crying.
Crying's fine.
Do you think people would see you fighting the biggest men in the world and go, "Yeah, this guy's a total pussy"?
Yeah. I'm kind of laughing at
it. They said it could take up to another 5 days for the results of that.
That's not what you want to hear.
No, they said it'll probably be faster than that, but up to 5 days.
They have to say that.
Okay. On the fourth day of waiting for
when
that.
do you go to Mexico for like the experimental treatment?
On the fourth day, I remember I booked my oncologist appointment already. I thought I would have my results already by then, so I went to my oncologist appointment. I was hoping to have the biopsy results by then. Told him all my symptoms, my story from the past couple months, what I just said to you guys, and a little bit less stuff, but he sat there in awe. But in the
looking at my beautiful naked body.
But in the end,
the crying guy in room 4, he's the beat up Kimbo guy.
He's beautiful. Look at it. Look at his body. My God,
he's the Kimbo guy. He's crying.
We did talk about. He was a Muay Thai guy. So at the end of the appointment, we went and talked about that. But in the end,
put me in a choke. Put me in a choke. Let's see if I can get out.
In the end of our, at the end of me telling him the symptoms stuff like that, he said he would do an extensive blood workup, more than my doctor did, to check for lymphoma, and then he pulled a new one out on me, which got me way fucking scary. Multiple myeloma and others, and he also wanted to do a full neck, pelvis, chest, and abdomen CT with dye and contrast, just for it all to be all set and done and all good.
Yep.
I took off that day, like as soon as he was done ordering that, I took him in his office for that.
And I blew him hard.
And then as soon as I did that, I went home and I started compiling all my results, my tests, my medication list, my symptoms. I have a huge folder now with everything I can order. So in case
it's like what you had about your grandpa. It's a connect the dots. It's a bingo, bango, bongo.
Put it all on the wall. You put yarn.
Oh my God, we've solved the TikTok murders.
So literally on the very last day of when the results for the biopsy could come. So I did all the blood tests. I'm waiting for all those.
Yeah.
Booked a CT scan. Now on the next day, I got a call from my doc, and it was the nurse, which immediately put me at ease, because if it was bad news, the nurse would call me. Or the doctor would call me.
Yeah. That's what I think.
So she told me...
It's a woman.
She told me that it was... The results came back from my biopsy, and it's a benign nodule. I wanted to... Like, at that point, any normal person would be like, fucking... I'm good.
It's just a thing.
But I wanted to feel relieved. I really did want to, but I couldn't, because I still couldn't get out of my head that I had lymphoma, or now multiple myeloma, what my oncologist was checking for, just in case.
Oh, the other thing.
The other thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now I know I don't have cancer of the neck, thyroid cancer. Now I think I still have some sort of blood cancer or some other cancer. Waiting for the week results. Waiting for the week, the results of the blood starting to come in one by one, because I'm on like a little app from the doctor, and I get updated as soon as the results start coming in. So as soon as they come in, I fucking look, I log them,
cool.
Making sure everything's cool.
I'm gonna have to get that.
And this is going to be really dark. I'm going to try to go faster for you guys, but this is when it started getting... It's already dark.
Wait, I thought this would have got
Okay, no. I'm talking about...
wrote your
listen. I'm already... Yes, that.
They're stabbing you in the neck.
Yes.
How much worse can it
get? Wait. I started researching...
Girlfriend, your poor girlfriend, she's like, oh, God, I thought this was going to be just a regular bro.
I started thinking that, like...
I thought this was your...
All I wanted was a big old dick.
Because I'm still at these times... I'm still having symptoms, so I'm still freaking out. Like, I'm still freaking out.
So good muscle pump.
So I'm like, I know this cancer doc is going to find something. I know he's going to... The CTs, the blood work, it's going to be lymphoma or multiple myeloma.
Yeah.
So I started researching VPN services, the virtual.
Yeah, to hide your IP.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you in a second. No, enough of
Why you're gonna hello, doctor. This is not Seth.
I also started researching like bulletproof vests and stuff like that.
Bulletproof vests?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Are you going to go storm the Capitol?
I'm about to tell you what I'm about to do, what I was thinking in my head.
I'm going to have to ask you guys to not allow him back in the studio.
Let me talk! Like, if I was going to die anyway in 2 or 3 years, I wanted to pose as a little boy.
What?
Lure pedophiles and kill them.
I got you know what?
I'm
not even kidding. I started
this
going...
is like a hard fucking turn.
I started going to a dark-ass place where I thought that I would be like a vigilante that's going to die anyway. So I didn't care.
Pedophile killing Spawn?
Yes.
You become a dying... Because remember, in the comic Spawn, he had a limited life. So you're dying of blood disease, cancer, and you will become a pedophile hunter to kill pedophiles.
And I never told... And guys, I didn't tell Tracy this. I haven't told... Obviously.
I know, of course not.
I know. I know. I was in the hot tub at this point. I remember being in the hot tub, putting notes down of like how I could do it. Like, how I could, like, really get away with it.
I think you should cut this out.
And then not care if I did get caught because I was going to die anyway. And I'd be a hero for killing pedophiles.
I could easily beat this guy. He's cancer.
I'm the hypochondriac.
No, I was going to have my samurai. My deal was my samurai sword.
No, he's going to samurai sword.
No, I was going to samurai sword.
Bulletproof vest? What if they shoot
Because in case they have a bulletproof gun, well, I'd deal with that. I'd be a faster death than cancer.
Crazy homeless people do this as well.
There's Master Legend and there's hypochondriac.
We should cut this out in case he does eventually get cancer.
He won't.
No. The chances are...
and if so, do they know who I'm... Come get me.
Come and get you. All right.
0.1%.
So during
there's
that...
more.
During all that time, I'm waiting for my blood work to slowly trickle in.
You ordered all your weapon.
I went and got my CTs done of everything with all the dye.
What was the KC from Ninja Turtles? I put you more as that. Like
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones. You got a
hockey stick.
You got a mail or a golf bag on your shoulder.
You got a bunch of just ragtag garage garbage.
So everything started trickling in, the blood work, the CTs. It all looked normal except for just a couple things that were a little weird, but it wasn't... I didn't know if they were cancer related or not, but it was just like dehydration type stuff.
It says
just
here that your penis is holding an absorbent amount of blood.
So
could be just from size.
The appointment came with the oncologist again to go over all these results. It was supposed to be the following week. I changed it to the week of just because I wanted to get it done faster. He assured me that nothing was wrong, nothing for cancer or anything serious. He told me that I should start probably taking my anxiety meds again.
So you stopped with those?
Well, that might be a problem, buddy.
I've made this joke a lot in the past, but you go get donate blood, and if the question, do you have AIDS, is like 37 down. It's like, put that number one. Start with, you should be back on your anxiety meds when you first call.
Yeah, like have you recently changed
I didn't want to do that because I felt that those anxiety meds might give me more symptoms, and I might get more anxious from those symptoms that the anxiety meds gave me. So when the doctor told me that, real fast, the CT came back on my neck, didn't see the nodule that the ultrasound saw. So I called them and said, why does the CT discrepancy from this ultrasound? Why don't you see that nodule on there? Let me talk to the doctor. They wrote me back saying, hey, it was so small. We didn't see it.
He found the fucking nodule.
Yeah. So
burn the files.
Anyway, that's not a good sign that they missed that on a CT with contrast, by the way.
He's turning into Cancer Batman.
Cancer Batman's on to it. Shred the files, burn the building. Like he's gonna dangle us over the building and drop us on Wall Street.
So those 2 days,
right in front of everybody partying with their masks on.
So those 2 days after I saw the oncologist on Friday, told me everything was okay. That weekend was literally the only 2 days in the past 3 months where I felt a sense of like being alive. Like I was in reality. Like a huge weight was off my chest.
I'm walking on sunshine.
I know.
Oh my God. 3 months of misery.
No, wait.
Holy shit.
It was just the weekend.
Oh.
That Saturday evening.
Really good.
So that Saturday evening, I felt like extreme sharp kidney stabs with radiating from my flank and in my groin. My sisters, my brothers, my moms all have had kidney stones before. I never have, but those are hereditary.
Yeah, Ross just had that too.
Yeah. So I thought just from all the medicine I was taking, because I read and it does give you kidney stones and anxiety, it helps to form kidney stones. So I was like, all right, I was fine with it. Like this is the first time ever I'm feeling something. I'm like, it's just a kidney stone. It's fine, not a big deal.
Oh, that's a big step for you.
Huge. Huge,
I
right?
feel like that's
Okay.
That's what most people do,
Okay.
but you got to understand that
I'd
we
be
don't do
terrified
that.
of getting
yes, right.
But that
Keep it a rocket.
No, but it's hard to explain.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
once if you can get yourself to accept that you possibly have something normal, like for me, if I can accept that there's arthritis in this knee, no big deal.
It's not
Yeah.
bone cancer.
So that-
Thank you.
Yeah, Peepee out a Corona ball.
So that Monday, so that weekend was okay with the kidney thing, but that Monday, all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, I got this huge fucking, this huge hard, like I felt nauseous. It felt like there was literally a hard bowling ball in my intestines. Like it was fucking awful. Like I felt nauseous. I felt
Were
like
you impacted at all?
huge pain. I don't know what it was, but it was there for like 2 hours. I started farting a lot.
You had a poop cramp.
No, it was. I've never had that.
Yeah,
cramp before.
standard fart attack.
It could have been a standard fart attack.
I went on. It went on for a day or two. Personally texted my doctor again.
Oh my god!
Told him that I was feeling this now. He said it's just your anxiety. Don't worry about it. That wasn't good enough again for me.
Fuck those doctors.
So guess who I called? Guess who I called again?
Playing golf. He's like, God, they're playing. Calling me farting too much. I'm like, imagine how much he bitches to his other rich doctor
He's
friends.
calling me. That old punch and farts is on the phone.
Yeah, for sure, right? They talk shit.
Maybe the ring. What if it's a novelty ring? It's like,
They gotta talk shit. They have to, right?
So he said, "As my anxiety." I called my gastro doc again. Set an appointment with them. Sat down. She's like, "Hello again." She's like, "You're a regular in here, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
Oh, I hate it when they do that.
She thought it was. She's like, "Look, I just think it's IBS, and I think your stress.
That's what I have.
I think your stress is causing some IBS symptoms because your upper endoscopy was fine." I really tried to push. I'm like, "What about a colonoscopy? I think I have colon cancer."
Go in my ass.
I was all about thinking I have colon cancer or something in there, something wrong with me. She said, okay, or SIBO, I didn't hear the SIBO. She said there might be a bacterial overgrowth in or something like that. So there's a breath test I could take. But the machine was broken for that. I can't take that for a month. She gave me a poop smear test. She's like, smear your poop on
that's
this.
your favorite.
yeah.
She's like, yeah, I know. She's like, smear
That's like getting a push-up pop at the end of Chewy's dinner.
She's like, smear your poop on this for 3 days and then send it back to us, and we can tell if there's blood, and then we can go from there. But I think it's just IBS, and your anxiety is causing some IBS.
I think she nailed it.
Yeah.
So that was.
But get a second opinion just to be safe.
But the symptoms kept happening. I read the directions. I wasn't allowed to have red meat or something like that for 2 days until the poop smear test. I just had grass-fed red meat the day before, so I was like, I'm not waiting 2 days for this to take place. I called her it was like the next day or the day after. I said, look, I'm having diarrhea now, which I am. And I'd say,
Doctor's like, God damn,
Oh my God! Hold on a second, Batman.
this was 3 days ago. I said, I'm having diarrhea. And she said, with your change in bowels, we'll schedule you a colonoscopy if it, for peace of mind. And just
Thank you.
I was extremely happy about that.
You know,
But don't put me next to the Joker.
This is the end. So that was 3 days ago.
So you get your.
I called my That was 3 days ago. I called him
How
back
much
after.
poop
I called my
smears?
primary again.
Oh God!
Made an appointment for yesterday. Went in, told him what I did with the gastro, and to get his opinion on my stomach. And he's like,
I have all my poop smears in my pocket.
yeah. And also to go over, and this was a side thing.
I carry him everywhere I go.
Additional-
Portable poop smear.
At a certain point, you're like, this person's insane.
Additional.
There's no hope in
Got him in my glove box. I'll be right
He
back.
has to go to home.
He goes, I think you need a hobby, is what he said to me first.
And then you said to him, "My hobby's poop smears." Uh-oh.
So that was yesterday at my primary care.
So
He
what's your
told me-
hobby?
He told
So
me.
this whole story
I
is
had
just to
a
find you a
hobby.
fucking hobby?
I can't believe it's been an hour.
So my colonoscopy is scheduled for this Monday,
Oh my God.
and that should be the final.
You're good, man. I think you're good. I think you're good.
I think the final.
Are you contagious?
What
bro?
would you
Does
like
it help
to
you
bet
at all?
me
Does it help you at all?
Feels
that
better.
everything's fine?
Does it help you at all?
Because you got some money.
It does, but
put
I
up
just
five
keep
fi-
feeling there's more.
I don't think there is, man.
Would you,
After this, I don't know what else to do.
if I put up
I do want to
$5,000
MRI my brain. Again.
I do think that you need to increase your brain stuff, and I don't mean.
I need
that-
to meditate more.
Yeah, I think that will really, really, really help you. I meditate almost every night, and I really think it helps.
You got to start painting.
Oh Jesus!
And
Tracy's finding the other stuff out for the first.
meditation.
She's like, Jesus, babe. I'm like,
Oh, don't let her in the
Packing my
chat
bags
room.
and
I don't let
leaving.
Andrea in the chat room.
I didn't know how.
Andrea was watching this, Dude, I'm going to share something with you just to make you feel better.
By the way,
Andrea was watching the whole thing. Andrea goes, I'm listening to Seth. This is just like you telling his story. I'm not rushing over. Because she knows the story's going to go on a long time.
Also,
like, she knows
I think
that this talking it out actually helps. But I swear to God, Andrea gets tired of me circle talking. And I don't know if Tracy does this, but do you say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again about your pain?
Yeah, I mean, it's different.
So-
like it went from my neuropathy and my sweating to the stomach now, but then
and it
I'll go back
helps
to my
to
bones
kind of
hurt.
vocalize it and tell it to your partner. And man,
Sometimes I keep it because I don't want to bother. Like literally, like I'll be in a mood silent, and I know she knows something up, and then she tries to talk to me. I'll happy. I'm like, I'm sorry. I want to let you know, I'm feeling this way because of this.
Andrew will be like, "What's wrong?"
I'm just worried. I'm just worried.
I never tell anything to Crystal. That's true. Sometimes there's like
he
blood.
can't feel anything. He's got blood coming out of his ears.
What we learned from this hour and 10 minutes is crazy the whole time.
Okay.
This is
Well,
the
they did find stuff. They found
Shut
my
her
flippers.
But it was nothing.
Well, apparently it's not. They said it's nothing. But I don't know.
You're
Apparently,
okay.
all the smart people said it's nothing, but I don't know. If it is.
I don't trust these people that went to medical school.
Would you put up? I'll put up $5,000 to your 500 that your colonoscopy comes back totally fine.
Oh,
10 to
talk
1.
your wife
I'm
about
betting
that.
against my.
What's totally fine though? What if they find like polyps in there that are like just normal
Polyps are
living?
fine.
Everybody's
Yeah,
got
you can snip
polyps.
those
No
off, that's
bullshit.
fine.
I never had anything. My first colonoscopy, I was totally fine.
Yeah, polyps. I think everybody got some polyps.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you get polyps as you get older.
Yeah, I got a tail.
You do?
I look like Littlefoot.
I literally have a tail.
Yeah,
That's right. I forgot about that.
I look like Littlefoot from that dinosaur movie.
So before we go to break, and that was
excruciating.
Exhausting.
My God.
Sorry.
I had to get a fucking drink.
Dude, look, man, if it had helped you, I think we can dedicate the first segment of one show to a friend to help them get over hypochondria that is really fucking bad.
Well,
But there's things that lead to it. It's not just blatant, like, I feel nothing, I might not be
I know.
panicking, hypochondriac.
I think you're
I have these
somatoform. It's a real pain, and that's
Psychosomatic.
No, I know.
and I know Sam knows because we talk about this a lot. Because
Also, my husband deals with it too.
yeah,
so
and
I understand.
It's a real fucking thing, man. Like the pain is real. The side pain that I get, that's a real. It hurts.
You also probably helped a bunch of fatzos feel better
Wow.
about their lives.
Did.
Norm did say that he feels better being a fat.
I knew it, Norm.
You're a hero.
I read on there,
Help
actually,
me. I'm like, well, like,
he ordered me a
I'm doing
sleep
all right. I feel fine.
yesterday he ordered me a sleep apnea test as well because I told him I woke myself up a couple times like choking. Like
Well, everybody does that.
no, I've never done that.
I do that
ever until these past few months.
It's fine.
I think last night I repeatedly whispered "kill me" the whole night in my sleep.
Are you medicating with marijuana at all?
The first night, the very first symptom I woke up where I was having trouble breathing. That
I know.
night,
I would use that with any sativa. Go
I stopped
indica.
cold turkey. No, I've been doing nothing but
cold
indica.
turkey.
Okay.
So I stopped because I was like,
Try
what
a
if it was
massive
the weed?
amount of sativa to
Yeah,
see
you know
what
what okay, here's what I like to do. And we'll end with this because we got to go to break.
Okay.
Here's what I like to do: get in front of your computer, go directly to WebMD, 50 milligrams. Type in cancer. Wait 10 minutes. Enter, and then
10 minutes?
and ride it.
Oh, no,
And just
but-
ride the wave.
Type in cancer, then accurately describe your ears,
Literally, but the worst part is
and then enter.
the worst part about it now is that for me googling every sort of head to toe cancer, all my Facebook ads now.
cancer. Do you
Nothing
want cancer?
but-
We
You
have
fucked
the
your
best
algorithm
cancer.
No, nothing but like it won't stop doing cancer
Yeah.
research,
Cancer hat,
this,
cancer
that.
shoes, cancer leggings.
They're like attorneys for lymphoma from
Yeah,
weed
yeah.
killer, and I'm like, fuck. When I first moved in that house and I started rehabbing, I sprayed the shit out of it with my fucking Roundup. That's where I got it from.
You got
Yeah.
the Roundup.
Oh, no.
Roundup once.
Did you spray Roundup one time around your dunjugo to get rid of the weeds?
Whatever. You guys are gonna feel bad once I come
Do
back.
you collect ninja stars? You might be.
Yeah, it's wow.
And I'm lost. I'm up 10 pounds light now. So that was an addition to my
That is a
I thought
sign.
you.
I
Last
know.
time we saw you, I thought you looked a little fat.
That was the only thing
And the
that
people
people
saying
Daniel
it too.
saying for a while. So I was like, if you had cancer, you'd be skinny.
Yeah, that's a good one. He'll
couldn't
say,
argue.
he'll say that. You'd be
That's
losing
right.
weight if you have cancer. And I'll step on the scale. I'm like, oh, gained weight. All right.
Well, once I heard that and I started losing weight, I was stressing, which I think I lost weight because I wasn't eating as much.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But I switched. I started adding like
wow.
legumes and beans back into it, like tons, like twice as much.
That's why you're
and that's
farting
when
so
my
much.
stomach.
Yeah.
I told my doctor
That's
that
why
I
you're
think that's why
farting.
my stomach might be more fucked
Yeah,
up
yeah,
is because
that'll
of
do
that.
it. You eat too much hummus, it'll do it, bro.
No, of course it wouldn't do that.
I
The whole
think
pain.
I eat a bunch of beans.
I got bean cancer.
Fuck you! The cancer bean.
Motherfucker got bean cancer. He ate so many beans. He's so healthy, he gave himself cancer.
And then he's like, the beans hurt. And you're like, I got gastro cancer. It's like, you ate too many fucking beans.
He owns multiple businesses. Owns multiple businesses. Is in the best shape of any person I've ever met. Like, beautiful girlfriend, everything's coming up daisy.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what makes the fatsos feel better. You know that, right? You know that.
Well,
It makes
as
me
long
feel
as I'm
better.
making people feel better.
Yeah. Well, you have. You brought a lot
I'm
of
going to
joy
take a
to this.
shot
I feel like my
because that
life
was
is
a lot to listen to.
I'll do it too. Hey,
Yeah, let's do a shot.
New music. The name of the song is High Horse. It's featuring KT Tunstall and Peaches. The name of the band is Deep Valley. We'll be back.
Say you're the mayor of Butthole City.
I am the mayor. Hi.
Hello there, it is me, the mayor of Butthole City, and what I was thinking is that we need to change the floors in City Hall.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are terrible floors, and Butthole City deserves the best.
And that mayor is going to use At-Home Floor Store because
I just made myself lightheaded.
he's going to... The mayor...
Yes, he wants the top dollar. He's a smart...
He's using the taxpayer dollar, so he's got to...
Yeah.
He can't
he's got to
waste money.
He's got to stretch it, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's going to go and get the best value. The best value is At Home Floor Store. They come to you with the samples.
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
you want luxury vinyl planking like I did, whether you want tile like Tom did,
Yeah.
they're carpet.
Oh yeah, I mean anything. I mean any flooring they have, and if you want, I mean there's like Justin. He has like
This is the worst job we've ever done of explaining flooring. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
You and I are like,
He's got that.
it's Tom and Dan to tell you about flooring. It's this thing. It's like the roof on the ground is what it is. It's your ground roof.
I was going to say there is a location that if you want to see a lot of different samples,
Sure.
You schedule it with him and he'll show you a bunch. But
let's
usually,
be honest, most of the time you got an idea what you want.
yeah, and just give them a call. They'll come to you. They leave the samples there,
Yeah.
and you can walk by them, see which ones you like. Their installation team is great. They demoed all the tile out of my house, and then the tile guy that they have multiple, but the guy that did mine was freaking
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, so precise.
I was supposed to be a week. It only took 4 days for my vinyl luxury vinyl planking, rather, and it's phenomenal. I believe it's a Shaw product if you're interested.
Plus, you're saving the money because they don't need a gigantic store and showroom, and that, it's all done mobily. And
Dare I say that Butthole City has never looked finer. Let me cut this ribbon.
both our houses have 100% of the flooring done by At-Home Floor Store. So we love them. They've been a sponsor for a while. Talk to Justin Whitaker and his team. It's athomefloorstore.com.
Official flooring of Butthole City. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Daniel.
Sorry, I'm Tom.
No, it's fine. It's all
We're
good.
just working
I
out
like,
there.
yeah, I like running it like this. I like running it. We're easing back in. Our wives showed up.
Yeah.
My wife is here. I love it when they do this. They got to come in with their little wipes and wipe everything down.
Seth's got to run.
We know that Seth is contagious.
He's been at the hospital.
Yeah, he's fine.
Right.
He's good.
A lot of doctor's offices.
He got COVID a long time ago at his Halloween party.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
I feel
that.
pretty confident he got that.
And he did say, he's like, I got to go handle stuff in my dojo. I haven't worked in 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That story was exhausting.
It was.
Like, I was worn out after that.
Yeah, well, but you live it.
Yes.
But be honest.
Things he was talking about, I was like, this is what Dino does. Like the mashing on your body, like body parts and
Tom,
stuff.
yeah. Tom knows that one.
Oh, yeah, I see him do it.
Yeah, he's seen it. But I
look
think,
away.
Do you
You've gotten much better.
Do you think there's any to my theory that having Maisie as a distraction, I worry about her health and her well-being? It almost gives me like a nice focal point to be like, it gives me something else to worry about, so I'm not always worrying about my dumb side.
No, I think I think that I don't think that changed.
Do you think not drinking 12 beers a night?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
God damn it!
I wanted to blame it on Maisie.
I was like, Maisie is almost 6 years old, and I think our worst times have been like.
I think it's the Peloton mix with anything else but the beer.
I was telling Seth, I haven't missed a Peloton day, and like today is it's 49 days.
Yeah.
It'll be like 50 days tomorrow. And I was like, there's a lot of exercise. Oh, it's amazing. This exercise thing really fucking works.
You have been a lot better because it used to be more debilitating where if you go through, now Andrea, she's going to live with it. So it's way different.
I'm sure she's debilitating for her.
And it snowballs with him. Like if the side pains hurt, then he's going to drink more, and then he's going to be in more of a depression.
Because it dulls the pain.
Right, and then he drinks more because he's like in a depression. It compounds, and it's just a vicious cycle.
Not that bad. Look at these crazy people.
Yeah,
You don't deal with that. That's,
you're just a different crazy.
You're the good one.
We're all a little crazy.
You're the good one. Oh my God, we're wearing the same shirt.
I know. Crystal,
twinsies.
That happens more often than just statistical randomness.
You guys have
exactly.
How many shirts do you have?
Right.
I mean, you're both wearing Tom and Dan gear to work, so eventually you're gonna.
Daniel has 800 shirts that he needs to purge. And then they pick out.
What do I do with it? Take them out and shoot them. Oh, I get one night to shoot holes in them.
Like we have 35 Tom and Dan shirts, and then even out of the new ones that I wanted to promote, like there's 5. So the chances of us wearing the same damn one. Anyway.
Why don't you text each other in the morning and say, what you wearing today?
Why don't you shut your dick sucker?
Oh my God.
I've always wanted to say that to somebody, and that just happened.
I had to tell him the other night. I was like, I can't. I just had my teeth cleaned and my jaw from being open.
No, that's not true. You did you gave it a one up and down.
I said I can do a little bit, but my jaw hurts.
We at least fired it up. We blew some smoke out the tailpipe. The thing. Yeah.
You primed the bulb 2 times.
Yeah. Don't
I
pull
still can't even close my jaw.
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't want to close though.
Yeah. That's actually.
I know, but it hurts if it opens too. Like,
wait, your mouth? You can't close your mouth?
I
Not
can't
completely.
I can't close my teeth together.
It's still.
Where were you the last time?
Yeah, we had a whole
I know. I always think we fix those things. I'm like, oh, she got it fixed. Just move on.
No.
Well, that's what we do. We talk about it. We're like, problem solved.
It's not like Seth where he calls and is like, I need it done the day of.
That's what I want.
It takes a process.
So
I'm sorry.
That's white male privilege there. You somehow got into all the appointments early.
I hope you feel better. I saw that comment in the chat room, and I thought that was less privilege and more just angry man.
Also,
screaming
big gorilla
and
yelling at you.
the shit out of people.
Nothing else better.
When you scream out of business, I'll pay anything. Guess what? It moves things along. That's how business works.
I wasn't going to say this, but I did.
You can pay and expedite anything.
I got a little spicier with my lady on the phone one time years ago when things are probably a little bit more bad, and it can work at times. I think they are gifted places for problem patients. I feel like.
Are we going to talk about our drink that Butler concocted for us?
Yeah.
What is this, Butler?
Yeah. So Butler put together.
It's Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer, but we did the strawberry of the Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer and the lemon of the White Claw.
Yeah,
just me. That one's good. It's got the bite you like. You like the sours.
We're now mixing and matching here.
Pretty good, right? Yeah,
that is good. That's an ear.
Yeah, it's good. Tasty.
Watch out, I got COVID from Seth.
How many times can you get COVID? Have we figured that out yet?
No, it keeps changing.
Infinite. I feel like we should figure that out.
No. Well, yeah. What do you want to do
Our
now? Wives are in here.
Is it Butthole City yet? Or
no. Start with that.
I didn't know we were supposed to.
Let's do it.
Hey, hold on. That's more music playing. I don't know. It was the end of a song.
Oh, real quick, I want to thank some of our sponsors for the Tom and Dan Land Cruise. Just Call Mo DeWitt is coming in and helping us put this thing on because, it takes, a lot of money to do this, and Mo was cool enough to be there.
Just call Mo. On the go. Just call Mo. On the go. Just call Mo.com.
Need we say?
There it is.
Can he do a video at your land cruise? Like a ridiculous video? Or wear the Justin Timberlake jeans outfit.
Hey, slow down now.
I told him if he still has the Justin Timberlake outfit that we can
pretty
involve
cool to
him.
wear. Yeah, we have requested that, so you might get your dream.
Also, thank you to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, the Sports Subaru, also Bart Merrick, Blanchard, At Home Floor Store, Villain Clothing Company, Precision Door, Power Spot, West End, Streamline. A lot of different sponsors. Thank you. All that will be announced next week, but I had to get that in.
Exactly.
Take me down to Butthole City. Let me munch that box. Let me slap them titties. Oh, won't you please get that hole? Hello.
Do you do this while they're not here? Or did you record this while everybody
This
was
one
here?
was when they were here.
It's getting worse. It's getting
You got to
worse.
listen to the ending of that to really appreciate it.
No.
Take me down to Butthole City. Let me munch that box. Let me slap them titties. Oh, won't you please get that hole? Hello.
I don't know what the ending is, but I like it.
Now I'm going to have that song in my head. And I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, I've been singing it all morning.
What is this? What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Me and Dale's gone crazy. We're like, I think we can just do anything.
Yeah.
See what sticks.
But I don't think that's true. It will.
So many
It
people
will
are out
Eventually.
there. So many
It
people
will
are out there,
end.
and they're all getting mad at each other and fighting and everything. I just want to.
God.
I just want to like laugh.
Now
with
we're
you
doing
guys.
Fun Friday. We got all the
Fun Friday.
miserable
Sorry.
health condition of Seth out of the way. Jesus Christ. Let's bring the show back up. Fun Friday.
So, it was my birthday last week.
Happy birthday, buddy.
And
This week.
Monday.
39 years old.
I looked
Time
at it
flies.
like last weekend was my birthday weekend that I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
We took Monday off. And
I'm glad we did too, because we got a lot done.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing celebration.
I want to hear about this. You guys haven't told us anything
No,
about
yeah.
this adventure.
And weather was horrible all weekend, and I got grumpy about that. I normally don't get mad.
And I think
You are always grumpy.
You guys started talking about the weather and you ramped each other up.
I guess I'm always grumpy.
We were both pissy.
You
Yeah.
were both so pissy, and I think you were ramping each other up because then
Oh,
Crystal and I
no.
were texting and we were like, God, they
Yeah.
are so grumpy.
Yeah.
You were mad for like 2 weeks about your birthday weekend, and I'm like, my God, how old are you?
Yeah.
Who cares about your birthday
I don't care.
weekend?
I don't
It's
care
gonna be
about-
bad weather. Who cares?
Get him.
Okay,
Jesus.
this is why I care. Because I don't care about myself at all. I wanted to have adventure with my sons.
But you can do any other day.
See, that's where we're different. I care about myself, and I wanted an awesome weekend, party weekend, and I wanted to go to a resort, like at a mega hotel, and blow money I don't have. And I wanted to go back to the Four Seasons, but the Florida rate for Four Seasons is like $3,000 a room now, or some garbage, dumb shit that's ridiculous. Before we got it for like $150 a room.
And the reason why I was so irritated is because I know that at this point in my life, my birthday weekend will be the only time where I can have a full say on what we're gonna do. And because I'm
you
like,
play it on. It's my birthday.
yes,
Yeah.
And because at any other time in my life,
Right.
like you start poking holes in my cockamamie schemes or plans or whatever the hell I come up with.
Crystal always seems to come around. Like she always posts after any adventure that it's your like love for the thing that I kind of feel like you guys have worked out a nice love language of like of her being a little bit combative about it, but you push it through and then it becomes some good.
Yeah,
right?
but from years of getting her into situations where she
Right.
could have died or like could have killed my whole family.
Or got
Same with
arrested.
us.
Arrested. There's all the it.
She has reservations about it.
Listen,
Yeah.
all we had to do was walk through a swamp, and we came out, and it was sunny, and it's like, oh, that was pretty fun.
Shawshank.
Yeah.
Well,
There it is.
Yeah. We came out.
Well, I'll explain what happened. So Saturday and Sunday, shit weather all day. I originally wanted to take my boat up to St. Augustine,
you
like go
wanted-
on a boat trip.
Yeah, do like an adventure.
But the goddamn weather was
I
so
didn't
bad.
think the weather was that bad. They kept saying it was going to be bad.
That's the thing. But then you can't commit to like a boat trip to
Right.
another
Just
city
in
and
case,
book
yeah.
a hotel. and
Again,
then you're like,
There
is
were
it gonna
some
be bad?
downpours and stuff. So,
There were.
You know, like it
I
was
went hiking
spotty.
Saturday. They said it was going to rain. Didn't rain.
Yeah,
Sunday, I was
yeah.
sunbathing in my backyard.
Sunday
I
was
was like,
nice.
what the hell?
And
Hey, if you're gonna post that, can you at least put a leg picture up or something?
I also,
You know, I'm just saying.
there's been multiple times, and I start to doubt myself because I believe me, I could have been like, we're going on the trip no matter what. But
You could do that.
I don't think
think
you
Crystal
could.
thinks.
I don't think anybody in this room except for maybe Sam could do that. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I'm going to put you in on a little secret. I kept taking screenshots of the weather just in case this one would be like, look, it's not even raining. Because I wanted to be like, look.
Oh my God, the things Daniel, you find out on live radio.
Listen, I
feel betrayed.
I was literally doing the same thing because I was terrified that it was going to be nice weather, and then I had convinced TC not to take a boat trip. And then he would have been mad at me. Somehow it would have been my fault if the sky was blue.
I'd have been mad at both of you guys.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I took screenshots. I could show.
But I blame Andrea because she's a bad influence on you. I tell her that all the time.
Oh, I was always ready. The weather was going to be good. I was like, get the truck now! Like we were going. Anyway, so it wasn't. And but my Monday comes along. We took the damn Monday off. And I was like, I'm doing something. It's my birthday. It's actually my birthday on the 15th.
Yeah.
And then I was watching the GD weather app the entire time, and I was like, we got a good window between 10 and 3.
Yeah,
it was like downpours at 4.
It was weird that you were oddly specific with every time. It's like, meet me at the marina at like 10:12.
Yeah, I told him. I said
we're leaving at 11:08. It was very like.
I had told him that I texted you guys and said that I was running late, and he's like, "No, don't do that. Undo that. Make them come at 10," because he was so worried about the weather.
Yeah, well, I
noticed that I was getting extra texts. I was like, "Did Crystal talk to you about the weather?" And I was like, "She did talk to me about the weather. Is something I need to know about it?"
We're like a real bad the tornado, like it killed our whole family.
Volusia County.
I think I'd survive, but I couldn't live my rest of my life, so I'd have to.
Wait, why would you survive?
He's the strongest. Very tough.
Anyway, so I was like concerned. This was going to be a calamity, like most things that I planned.
Sure.
But
you texted me the day before we were going to go.
Yeah.
And around the time, because it was like a morning time, I felt like, you could tell me this is wrong, I felt like you were hiding somewhere in your house, sending me the messages, like you were in your bunker, like looking at the weather, and you're like, I only have a small window before wife wakes up, kids want breakfast, and you were like, send it. So you remember, you sent it to me, you're like, we're thinking about taking the boat out, if you want to burr, and I'm like, well, you were like, meet at the marina at X amount of time, and I'm like, well, it's already beyond that time. Do you mean today?
You thought it was texting you.
Yeah, I thought it I was like, I think 5 minutes after cell service, because I know that he likes to do things very quickly, and the dentists don't move as quickly as the vans. We don't.
Yeah.
So, at least to get, I mean, maybe once we're moving, but.
Yeah. And then, so I told Chris, I was like, hey, I came up with this plan because I wanted an adventure. I was like, let's take the boat up to Hontoon Island, which is in DeLand, right? It's this, basically, it's an island that goes around, or it's in the middle of the St. Johns River.
Is it an island, though?
It's technically surrounded by bodies of...
It's part of the Florida swamp up
I have some strong opinions about Hontoon Island now.
Do you?
Yeah.
I love Hontoon Island now.
I like it too, but I have some strong opinions about it because I don't think it's an island. It's just a bunch of trash.
There's a river and then a swamp on the other side.
No, I think it was never there until we just started throwing trash in the river, and then it just built up, and they're like, all right,
put some cabins on there.
Put a cabin on there.
So we had camped at one time in Hontoon Island, and so from that time, I remember there being, I'm like, I think there's like a path, an old path to a ancient Indian shell mound.
Used a lot of tech. He was like, I believe there's an old Ikanukamucky tribe path through the old underbrush.
You were selling it to the kids.
Of the great Sukaduki tribe. And I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Selling it to all of us.
This sounds really good.
Yeah. And really, I remembered, I was like, I think there's something. And then I went on their website, and then I typed in shell mound, and they're like, shell mound. I didn't really.
By the way, mound always makes me think pubic mound. I always think this part of a girl.
And then I told everybody.
So you didn't scroll. You just said, shell mound, Hontoon Island.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
No, he went there. He's like, he typed it in. He's like, shell mound. Is it still there? Still there.
Yeah.
So with this ancient Indian shell mound, we all imagined was
Well, we didn't. Yeah, I thought I wasn't telling everybody that I'm like I think it's like 30 foot tall.
There'll be a series of totem poles leading your way to the top.
Indian arrowheads everywhere.
There's bow and arrows. You told the kids there's bow and arrow in there.
Yeah,
that's all Maisie wanted.
Well, he used all of the racist things he knows about Indians to tell his sons what they were going to do.
Speaking of that,
a couple times too. I had to tell them to keep that down.
When I made the post on social media, I'm like, we went to ancient Indian shell mound, and then I stopped myself and I was like, I don't think the word Indian is appropriate. Samantha told me one time I should say. I should say. See, I listened.
You should say bodega.
It only took 8 years.
I think I should say Native American shell mound, right? And then I stopped. I was like thinking. I'm pretty sure Indian
just right.
Pube
mound.
Indian is derogatory.
Because and then I started thinking. This is how my
it's not goddamn Indian, isn't it? And if you yell it, that's real bad.
It's because
they weren't actually Indians.
Yeah, when people first got here, they thought they were in India, and they called them Indian.
1/8 Cherokee Indian.
I'm a Cherokee princess.
My baby, she's a chicka wow wow. She's one of a kind.
Can you not say that? Can you not say that anymore?
Oh no, you can say it.
You were named after the Chisholm Trail.
We know.
Cherokee Indian.
They know. We talked about
it. Did you tell her that we busted that years ago?
I know. I'm just kidding.
She still thinks you're a prince, an Indian prince. You've lied to your wife.
No, I am a Cherokee princess.
I got all the dream catchers and the airbrushed.
I thought you were Swedish.
Spare tire.
My dad's side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know.
It's the same thing.
Goddamn Miami redneck.
It's the same story.
They get me every time with their fast talking.
And then, by the way, I went on the damn Hontoon Island website. It says Indian shell mound. So I was like, God damn it.
Well, they're racist there.
Yeah, it's the land. It's the land.
It said the goddamn Indian shell.
I was like, they said it, then I can say okay. Anyway, so...
How come they can say it?
It's a government website. So I told everybody we're going to the Indian shell mound. Get ready, and then I knew.
So then Nerdo over here is like, let's order our pub subs the night before.
And I didn't know really anything about the trail or the trip or how to get there
or how to put a shirt on.
I figured we'll get there, and then some sort of forest ranger will be like, that's the way.
Forest ranger,
and then
Moana's grandma will lead us to the top of.
And the forest ranger told us it would take an hour round trip.
That was not a forest ranger. That was a dumb old man.
No, he was young.
And we're fine with that. Like an hour with the kids, fine. An hour round trip there and back.
I said, we have 6-year-olds here. So, and he's like, yeah, you'll be fine. And I said, is it okay to wear sandals? Oh, yeah, sandals. You're fine.
So now because of my lack of knowledge of any of this, I did say let's bring a bottle of water and
one bottle of water for the whole family.
And it was one of those small Zephyr Heels, the mini water pot,
yeah.
The water pot.
And then Crystal was wearing a sundress with sandals.
With no panties on the boat, which I thought was a bold move.
Did you see? I'm sorry.
Did I see?
So none of us were dressed for any sort of.
The boys and Maisie, we made them wear galoshes.
The galoshes.
Yeah. Well, we bring Tommy's boots everywhere now because of his fire ant deal.
Great idea.
So I didn't really bring them planning on walking through the swamp, but it worked out fine.
Yeah. We had to bring the EpiPen, and every second I'm imagining
screaming
and stabbing his bird ass. With the most panicked, scared.
So when we walk up to the path, there's the big board, and it says wet path. We're like, oh, okay, maybe just there's some puddles and stuff. And then it's got, these are your poisonous snakes.
Oh, man.
So that,
that really set the tone for the rest of the trip. And by the way, the guy who told me it was a mile round trip and that sandals were okay was directing me towards the wet path. That's the only path I knew there was.
Right. The only path we thought.
I like wet paths.
That's the one he was pointing at.
I like my pants wet. I like my pants like I like my women.
Hey, you look kind of young. You look like a wet path. My old lady, she's 65.
Now,
dry path.
I did realize something as we're walking towards the path aimlessly.
Oh, my God. My name's Tom.
No, was Andrea did turn around and tell Maisie, like, oh, Tom's going to take us to the... And Tom will tell us all about
you did do
I was
that.
really
beautiful
trying to sell it.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
I was mad at you because I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you setting him up for failure?
Well, I did realize, I was like, oh, she thinks that I actually know where we're going or know anything about anything.
Well, because Maisie wanted, she wants something out of, like, if she's going to go on a hike.
Oh, yeah. She loved it.
She needs a payoff. She needs a return on her investment. So,
yes, and kids don't look at the trees, the saw pines, as a reward.
The first 10 minutes was beautiful. Then we hit the swamp.
Yes.
And when we hit the first leg of the swamp walking, I thought that it may be just some anomaly.
It's just like one little low area.
We're
just a little ground water.
Just trudge through this.
and
Get to the
it's
side.
like ankle deep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's okay.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not
some
just
water.
a little bit.
There's some standing water.
Yeah, like the flip-flops were flopping the mud up our backs.
Oh, that's the worst.
Crystal's dress.
No,
All the dress.
Yeah, man.
Flop in the mud.
I had mud in my crotch.
The kids started making fun of TC or Tom because
he had a poo-poo stain.
Because he flopped mud up on his shorts, so it looked like a poo-poo stain.
It was like a drag
So
boat.
kids thought it was
Flopping all of my back and my butt ass and my back. And so after about, I would probably say, a quarter mile of straight swamp walk.
It wasn't
I
an
started
easy
to get
walk.
concerned.
It was like, I'd say, like, it wasn't a hard walk, but it wasn't like walking on sidewalk.
30 minutes into it, Maisie starts losing her shit. She's like, this is not
Because Maisie's responsible, and I think she's doing the math in her head,
Maisie's
saying, why are we following this idiot? We're to the middle of nowhere. There's nobody around. We haven't seen anybody. In a goddamn half an hour.
There's another part here that it makes me wish Maisie did have a sibling, because she doesn't know what it's like to just, like, she's an only child. And I think naturally there's going to be a level of...
She wouldn't know what it's like to blindly follow a moron.
She's like, what the fuck is it? She's like, what the fuck is
My
this?
sons who were marching like
All right, Daddy.
She fucking put on a complaint show like none other. Like none other.
I don't blame her. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I was pissed.
She was the only one speaking the fucking truth.
I was pissed.
do his thing.
I was pissed off.
But she was the only truthful one.
The only one was like, why are we doing this?
She's just like,
Why?
I remember her. She wanted to
There's
turn
no
around.
answer.
She was the only honest one, because I saw Daniel and Andrea shooting some glances to each other.
Yeah,
a couple
they knew.
times.
Yeah.
And they're like, "It's his birthday. Just do it.
Keep going. Yeah.
Fine. So just
like,
give him his mud walk.
I kept telling me,
I don't know why I'm doing it. Even I'm miserable.
I
I'm
mean,
like, what is this?
it's all he wants is this
I
goddamn mud
kept
walk.
telling Maisie, I was like, it's only a little further. Only a little further.
That's the
only a little further.
That was the classic, like on our camping trip when we were canoeing towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
It's just around the next bend. I promise.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That was
I'm good at telling
3
people,
hours later.
Lies to make them feel better.
Yeah.
So also we're looking at we're like, check the map, and the map is just printed on the back of a goddamn Hontoon Island brochure.
But the same old man drew the fucking map. He doesn't have any skills. He doesn't know how to gauge, like...
How much longer is 5 dashes? I have no fucking idea. Like,
There should be a
is that a mile? No, there's nothing. It's
There
just...
were little like posts in the ground that like said P5 and P4,
Thank
but
you.
there was nothing on the map
I wanted
that
to bring that up.
corresponded with the whatever post that was.
Thank you, Crystal. To anybody listening to this that knows what benches or these little signs that Crystal's talking about that have these little brown signs. They're brown, by the way. Worst color for a sign. Can't fucking see it. And then they put like P17. What does that mean?
Right. Yeah, it's
how about
not
put
on the map.
Yeah, how about explain to us what P17 means? Or, like, is it...
Yeah, so I kept...
The thing that made me like real mad was when we came to the clearing and there were people there in tennis shoes and socks that had not walked through the mud.
I said to them, "Why are your shoes clean?"
You did
and they were
say
like,
that.
well,
That was a weird thing to say, too. I was
we took the tram.
I was uncomfortable. Crystal's like, huh, you did your thing. Where you go... You know, you do the thing.
Well, yeah.
Because she can
The
see
gas?
everything. You
You're
can't get
full-
anything over on her. God bless Tommy and Max, because they're never going to be able to lie to you.
You got swamp feet. You got mud.
And Crystal looks at why
These
are your
people-
shoes so clean?
These people had white Heaven's Gate shoes on. And they like, and they're in the middle.
Funniest thing you've ever.
They're in the middle of the
They're like
forest.
65. We're all out of breath. Our feet are bloody.
By now it had
I'm
been
barefoot because I'm tired of spraying mud from my sandals up my butt ass.
It had been an hour by the time we saw those people, and
It's an hour of mud walk.
I said, "Why are your shoes so white?" And the guy goes, "Well, we went the other way."
The dry
And I was
way.
like,
we were like,
other way.
The dry path.
What?
The dry path.
Didn't you read
Oh
the
my God.
internet? It says it right there.
Moose should have told you.
So, and then
Fuck you, man. I'm mad.
So then I'm like, it's only a little further. By the way, every time I said
And your
any of
kids
this,
have no
I'm lying.
idea.
Of
By the
course,
way,
I have no idea.
Your kids are troopers because I don't care if they liked it or they didn't like it. As far as I know, they liked it because they didn't say a fucking word. They're the best. They just right down the path. Maisie, on the other hand, was putting on a whole dissertation about why are we doing this? My legs are wet. My boots are running.
I want to find a bow and arrow. She kept talking about this damn bow and arrow she was going to find.
Mr. Tom said, arrowheads. Where are the arrowheads?
And then because I'm an enabler, I was like, I'll just pick her up. Then I was
You
begging
did try to pick her up.
begging you guys, and you're like, no, she's walking. We're making it tough. I'm like, I'll pick her.
He's a lovely man. He was like, I'll carry all the kids. I'll carry everybody here.
He's like,
I'll carry Daniel and everyone on my back. Oh, I'll save today. You're a good person, man.
Well, he also put you guys in the position.
The person that saves your life, but also
They can't save your life if they put you in danger.
That's the abuse. The person
it's psychological abuse.
The husband who slaps you is the husband who brings you an ice pack.
It's gaslighting.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Well, I don't like that term because every time I laugh at it. It reminds you of lighting your farts.
You're a child.
I've lit my farts so far. You ever lit your farts?
Anyway, so
works.
we keep on walking.
So
I'm
do
like,
that for Maisie.
I'm like, I think it's just it's around the bend. I kept saying it's around the bend. We're getting closer and closer.
Around
Oh, by the way, we saw, just so you know, we saw nothing. Fucking nothing.
No nature, no animals.
Nothing. And everything is brown. Even the signs are brown. Everything's brown.
Dead. It's
We
winter.
saw brown, trees brown, swamp brown,
We didn't
signs
even
brown.
see a snake.
No.
And the signs we kept seeing snake signs, but we didn't
I
see a
was
damn
looking out
snake.
for the snake. Didn't see any snake.
Not one bird. Nothing.
No birds?
I didn't even take a bushweed. No, I didn't
Wait,
piss
we
on the
saw
wood.
an alligator on the boat.
We did.
But not in the swamp.
on the awesome boat. So we should have stayed on. Anyway,
We got to the shell mound.
Well, hold on, yeah.
All right.
We get. I'm
Trying
like,
to
it's around
speed
the
it up
corner. Somewhere, and then
My God, I feel like I can almost hear the ancient ghosts chanting. We're going the right path. My God, I've never felt this I'm inspired. I feel like all the elders are talking to me at one time.
The path starts like going up, right?
Yeah.
That's what I started to feel.
And we're like, it's got to be
I swear
close.
to God, I felt like Crazy Horse entered my body.
Yeah, the ground started elevating.
And we're like,
we're walking up to something.
What's that song? The
Right.
My baby's a Chippewa. What is that?
I'm an Indian outlaw.
I started singing that.
We started seeing like a few shells on the ground, so we're like, oh man, we've got
must
it
be
must
close.
be here.
They must have-
They're here. We're almost at their big trash pile.
And then I look down and I'm like, I think we're standing on it. There was no goddamn, just like I thought there was going to be a big 30-foot shell mound with like a total
It's just
ball.
a hill, right?
And it's just the whole goddamn, it was like
And then it says trail ends.
it was like
And there's a little
it's like
bench.
Mount Rushmore for Indians who were walking on a whole garbage pile.
And there's a brown bench, and then on it there's a little brown plaque that says
All brown everything.
V17.
All right.
It said V17. I go, there it is.
And then everybody's pissed.
Fuck you, V17.
It never
And then the
said
kids are like, where's the goddamn arrowhead? So I'm like,
Yeah.
Start digging.
I started looking on the floor.
Also,
Was it Max? Max is like,
Is this it?
Oh,
Is
and
it,
Maisie was like,
guys?
I knew it.
no, I think Max is the
knew
one
you
like
lied.
looking around.
Max is like, is this, guys?
the guy at the guy who told me that it was only an hour round trip and that sandals were fine also told me that the kids could take all the arrowheads. He told me there's
Was
arrowheads.
he just fucking with you?
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think so.
Because there's
He's
a
like-
ginormous sign that says
Don't take it.
Don't take it.
Prohibited to remove artifacts. So then I'm like, why did that? First of all, there's no arrowheads.
If you find
Everybody
arrowheads,
took them already.
We're standing on the earth, okay?
if you find any arrowheads, please give them to us, as we do not have any arrowheads.
We sell them.
If you find one, let
Maybe
us
that
know.
guy was like a volunteer high schooler just getting
He
hours.
was young and he had
How young?
really thick glasses, thicker than Tommy's. It was really something.
He's the guy that's like, don't go in there. The movie. And
So we hit the end of the trip. It's been an hour and a half, and now we have to go back.
oh, yeah.
There's
So,
no short way back?
Then,
Well, we realized from all white shoes that there was another way, so we
Wait. You
Well,
guys are skipping
yeah.
the most embarrassing
When we got
and the most heart-wrenching, make my hairs on my arms stand up and freak me out part of this entire story.
Oh, gotcha.
when we got to the bench that signified we were at the mound, and we had
V17.
Andrea had a pee so bad. She's like, I gotta go. I'm gonna pee my pants. And then she was like, I'm gonna go pee around these bushes. I'm peeing the mound.
Peepee mound.
Yeah, that's mound on mound.
And then Max, I was sneaking over there.
Starts following me.
Oh my god!
Andrew.
Trying to look at her butt ass.
Yeah, and then I was like, get over here.
She has a hairy butt.
Trying to see naked butt.
And then,
You have a twisty vagina.
so,
That's what Maisie says.
They say my boys say I have two butts.
stop. Don't talk about it.
Fantastic.
I just spit my drink out.
So,
One's for eating and one's for not eating.
So then, of course, we're like, let's not walk the mile and a half back through the swamp. Let's take the white shoes
No,
path.
that's not what you said.
I don't know. At this point, you got everybody
No,
lost
at this
credibility.
point, the worst part happened. At this point, you decide that you want to call and ask the park rangers to come save us.
What? You abandoned the adventure?
TC was like, do you think that they'll come pick us up in one of their golf carts?
Now you're a pussy.
Well, no, I think because I didn't want to run. Like I was like, because I'm like,
he feels like the host. He's the host.
Yeah, he's the host, and he's feeling bad.
Feeling bad.
All the rest of us are in this situation because of him. So he's like, he wants to do something to get us out of it.
Yeah, he wants to get to the boat fast, get that move in, get the beers out. You know, we're back to normal.
So Crystal, like, she's like, I can't do that. I'm so that's
coconut
so
radio time. I have to do something to save these people. I've walked them through a mile and a half
and
of
you
swamp
look like the professor
for no reason to get to nowhere, and then now we have to walk because then
you did. I'll make up for it now.
You did.
It is a quintessence. It is a real thing. I'll make up for it now.
Because when we got to the other path, basically it's just a long grid cart path through like a mile or 2 miles of pine scrub, where it's just a long, never-ending hot.
It looked never-ending.
You know what?
I was blazing sun.
I was wrong. It was Max was talking about how hot it was when I was talking to him. Maxie was talking about how hot it was.
We ran out of water 5 minutes. We had no water.
It was in the shade, but it was hot.
And Tommy and Maisie like keep running ahead, and you guys are screaming, "Look out for the ant!"
Yeah,
like,
because you can't have a kid with it.
I know.
You just run, and then he falls in an ant pile. And then what do we do? Because we're 7 miles
that
out.
went
I'm
through
stabbing
my
his bird
head
ass.
a million times.
TC's have Max is on your back, on your shoulders.
Max
You're carrying him
he
by
can't
this
walk
time.
anymore, so I'm holding Max up, and he's heavy, goddamn sandbag.
He is very, very. What do you call
When
that?
do you stop doing that? When do you stop carrying
like
him?
he's got mass.
Well, he's trying. He's like, I can't walk in, but I'm like, I'll save
That's the thing.
I'll save anybody.
Right. He's either going to be way back there, and it's going to take 2 hours
Right.
longer,
Little
or
legs.
just carry the kid. You know.
Yeah.
He's not walking quick.
He's not built. He's 5 years old to walk a mile and a half in the swamp, and then another mile and a half down a pine scrub to get
He's
just
meant
on
to rip 35 yards at a time. Barry Sanders, you know,
with no water, nothing.
By Tommy's got the endurance.
By this time, Maisie has a
Runner body.
ring around her
Oh, I
calf.
saw that little ring.
Because her boots have like, we've been walking so much, have like worn a ring around her calf.
and I'm being an asshole making her raw, but she is whipping her calves to their like
Bloody
raw.
and raw.
Yeah. We got to the first bus
No, but
stop.
Crystal did call. She did call finally.
She did
So
call. She finally
how
got
did that
through.
go?
It was so embarrassing. But I just blamed it on the kids. I'm like, hey.
Did you get the arrowhead?
I'm like, I saw you guys with some golf carts taking some campers. Do you offer like a shuttle? Or like my kids are kind of like, they don't want to walk anymore. So
Yeah.
and they're
Get it right.
They got embarrassed. We all got embarrassed.
She did the Ted Cruz.
made me do it.
I looked away, which just doesn't mean anything. There's nobody around me, and I was like looking
It was
around.
fine.
You know,
We do sound like a goddamn bunch of snowflakes.
Yeah,
But
they were like, "Ma'am, we don't have a service like that. Just
Like
walk
you
back."
decided to go on the hiking trail.
No, you should have doubled down and said, well, you actually need a service like that. Good day.
What if there's an emergency? Right?
My son needs a
You guys
golf
are
cart.
Karening out in the hiking
it was
trail.
fine. We walked, like I guess the another
How long
mile
did
and a
it
half.
take you to do that mile and a half?
it was another 45 minutes at least.
I think it was a 3-hour tour. And maybe close.
It was 3 hours.
Yeah. It may have been a
We
3 hours.
Was it worth it? Was it a
No,
good
of course
birthday?
not. No, of course not.
I want to say I really
Good
enjoyed
birthday.
it.
Now,
I told Crystal this. Most of the
I
Dennis
loved it.
family's adventures have been with the vans.
Yeah, and Maisie
Crazy
the next
adventures.
day.
See, that's the thing.
Here's why I want to kill my daughter, though, because the next day she's like, "That was the greatest thing I ever did."
That was so fun.
That's the thing. You only remember the good parts. It's like childbirth.
Yeah.
You just forget about all that scary
Yeah,
stuff.
you black out the
Shitting
bad
yourself
parts.
blood
I don't even remember any of that. I only remember fucking my wife to make the baby.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
every time I've had sex.
It was fine. It's just
Every
like
time.
if you wrote it down beforehand, nobody would be involved.
See, well, that's maybe that's the benefit because
yeah.
I really liked that walk back through the saw pines and the pine trees. That was so pretty.
It just
It was quiet.
I thought I
You
was
hear the
going to
wind
see a
rustling.
Florida panther come out.
Yeah, one of these days though, it's going to be your last day.
I
It's because,
think
know.
out of all of
you
us,
follow me into the abyss.
I think Max got the greatest show.
Because all your wife Peepee on the show mound.
Yeah.
He's walking halfway. He's walking halfway down the mound.
I feel like he saw something that changed him that day.
But Uncle
I feel
Danny
like-
Denny doesn't realize that Max likes to hold on to things. And he's like, look, I have this stick. It's a blaster.
Yeah.
And so then Max brings this huge stick
Yeah.
on the boat,
Yeah.
and it's
And-
just
And me
banging
and Tommy
everybody.
are Team Pickles, and you guys hate
Well,
pickles.
you were like, leave the like, no, you can't tell him to leave the stick. He's got to have the stick.
You cannot.
How dare you?
If you made him leave the stick, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
it would have been
we
bad.
have
Maisie on the boat took it from him at
Did you
one
see
point.
this? Did you see this
Did
part?
you
We
see
still
this?
have the goddamn stick.
Wait, is this Mouse
Oh,
Bro
did you-
Part 2?
Did you see
It's
what?
big.
No, you should have seen what Maisie did, and I had to.
We had to stop
Maisie,
her.
there
So
was a
Max
stick.
is eating.
Yeah.
Max is eating, and so Maisie casually takes the blaster, the stick, and she's about to like chuck
Wing
it
it
over
over the
her
boat. And then I take it and
into
I
the
put it
water.
down.
And we were like, no!
Yeah, I grabbed that. Put it
How
down.
was you bullied?
We would have been turning
I threw
around.
your gay stick in the water. Anyway, so there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
So we got back, like, we started, remember he wanted to be back at like 3, we got back at like 5.
So I vow every birthday weekend I'm going to make you guys go through an excruciating trip.
When do we start making the kids go on the camping trip
Yeah,
and
I'm
paddle their canoe?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
But
That's your birthday weekend.
I think they're ready. I want to take them. I want to go back to
It'll all be
Hontoon
excruciating.
and camp in a tent as a tester, and then we go on the camping trip.
I want to do that
next
too.
year.
Well, I'm just tested away. Whatever.
They'll be
way.
6 and 7. They can go on a canoe camping trip.
Hey, I have a feeling Max will sign right up.
Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll do a fast dump them out because I looked up at the time. I was like, God damn, it's 2 hours.
we're telling stories
Well,
today.
Seth.
Yeah.
Wait, sometimes you got to help your
Wait.
friend. I feel bad for him. My
So
God.
your
Jeez.
listeners have had to listen to 2 excruciatingly long stories today.
This is what we do.
Sorry,
Now,
guys.
quick, dump them out.
They got the Butthole City in the middle. That's
They
all
did get
wanted.
Butthole City in the
Hold on.
middle.
I laughed a little bit about that, and then another long story.
Take me down to Butthole City, let me munch that box, let me slap them titties. Oh, won't you please get that hole? Hello.
The name of the band is D-Cracks. The name of the song is We Can't Help It. We'll be back.
Man, it's going to be unbelievable weather this weekend. It's
going to be nice.
And with this kind of weather, this is prime time riding weather.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's motorcycles, dirt bikes, four-wheelers, side-by-sides.
Don't forget scooters.
Scooters.
I'm a scooter, man. I love my scoot.
It's riding when it's cool outside in the sunshine.
the best.
Yeah, and if you want any of these toys, go to Seminole Power Sports right there on Reinhardt Road in Sanford.
Now, if you're a Suzuki-man, you got to go a little further.
Yeah, in Eustis. There's Seminole Power Sports North locations in Eustis, but they have a gigantic showroom. They they have. I mean, there's Honda generators. They're a huge Yeti dealer. All the different gear that you want.
It's a dad toy store.
Yeah. And then plus, just walk around and shop. I mean, I know that spring's going to be around the corner if you're looking for any sort of jet skis. I mean, they've
got an email from a guy that bought a Ruckus like mine, except he got the black one. With orange, almost looks like Harley colors, and I have the traditional red and white Honda. I mean, if you're in the market, go to them and talk to them. They gave me a hell of a deal on it, and this is before they were even a client.
Yeah, 100%. Go talk to Don over there and just let him know that we sent you. But I know that because, the people are looking for things to do solitary outside, that you have to go and talk to them because they are selling out of things super quick as soon as it comes in.
But they'll find the stuff you need, too. Yeah. Like, they had to hunt and find my scooter, which, as of last week, it's been 5 years.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
God.
2017.
It's Seminole Power Sports in Sanford and Seminole Power Sports North in Eustis.
Butthole City.
No.
Hey, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
That's Bughead. Remember Bughead?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song's like almost 20 years old. 18 years, 13, 15, something. I don't know. Welcome back.
Let's do some dump them out and
man, those protein chips stink.
Yeah, they're not.
Smell?
They're not good smelling. They actually taste pretty decent, I think. Let's do. Hold on, you're on blue mic. There you go. Let's dump them.
Dump them out. Everybody. Dump them out.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottomics.
Dump them out. Everybody. Dump them out.
Dump them out, brought to you by Mosquito Nix. If you want to get more information about the Mosquito Nix system that I have in my house.
It's not a man named Mosquito Nick.
No. Mosquito Nix.
Come on down to Mosquito Nick Surf Shop. It almost sounds like a surf shop.
But KDK is Katie.
That's
true.
But basically, I've got a reservoir of organic mosquito repellent that sprays.
I'm real happy for you.
At a time in my backyard. I never have mosquitoes. And if you have a mosquito problem, this is it's a good way to...
If you got a mosquito problem, I feel bad for you, son.
Yeah.
I got Mosquito Nix, and now Mosquitoes is done.
Because it's a pain in the ass with all the candle. Anyway, Mosquito Nix, tell them the...
I have a portable Mosquito Nix system.
Yep.
And you can buy the little canisters of like the Mosquito Nix like fog or spray, the mist.
Yeah.
And they make them like you don't even really need even the little portable. It's a little can. And before I grill, I go out and I just do a couple little sprays, give it like 4 or 5 minutes, walk out. And
the portable system will do it like
it has
at
a remote.
Times.
Yeah,
it
looks like a lantern. You'd never even know what it is. But anyway, it's really, really cool.
Speaking of dump them out, I just want to.
Oh, I thought you were going to
quickly mention the TikTok video.
Yes.
From last week.
Yes.
Has 3,779 views. I really thought we'd have more by now.
Well,
I thought I was going to go viral.
It's because we tried.
Well,
you never go viral.
You
when
guys got to share it.
I don't even have
me go
TikTok.
viral.
I couldn't figure out how to download it.
I did another TikTok video of our fish, the one that looks like an alligator. I put him on there, and then I did a voice changing thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just I'm going to try and do one a week. Is all I'm going to do. It's just like I look at it like a chore. Not as fun.
There
you go.
So it's Tom and Dan live with everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Tom and Dan live.
So we got band director. Our first dump 'em out.
I was thinking about jobs where the job creates the job in the future, and band director is one of the only jobs that I can think of that you are in band, right? As a student, you're playing, and then you probably interact with the band director. You see what the band director does, typically a guy.
Yeah.
And then you become a band director, and traditionally you become a band director at the same effing school that you went to.
Yeah.
And I know 5 band directors that went Deland High School, Deland, it was all Deland, and every single one of them was a
A student,
and it's almost like it's a closed circuit system. The system is so small, like the band director. So I was trying to think of other jobs that are like that. Like band directors only create other band directors. Anything else they create is just a normal human that played in band.
I know like 3 different people that I went to high school with that now work as teachers or a counselor at the high school that we went to.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know 2 drummers that I worked with that both became band directors of the same band that I was in. I just thought it was weird. It was just like one of those weird things where, because what started me thinking this train of thought was Andrew was like, do you know the band director at DeLand High now? And I was like, yeah, I do. I went to school with him.
Right.
It's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. I was trying to think of other jobs like that. It's very specific, band director.
It's also probably a small town thing. If you work at the high school, it may seem like
BDMX Con says
it's almost like a legacy. Yeah.
It is like a legacy thing. Our BDMX Con in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live says, theater kids do that too. Drama nerd from my high school is now the drama teacher there. Yeah. Interesting.
I wonder if it has to do with like the first time someone inspired you and then whatever that's.
Well, I think it's also like anything in the arts like that is, it's hard to get a job. So
it is.
Sometimes it's easier to do the teaching job, I think.
Yeah, you go out,
because the schools are kind of desperate for teachers.
Yeah.
I don't know. You heard they don't get paid a lot.
You do 5 commercial auditions, then you go and you're the drama.
It kills your dream. Yeah.
You got to kill your dream, then back to teacher.
I mean, those that teach can't perform.
Next story. What is
we got autistic child car bumper sticker.
Yeah. Oh, that's not mine. That's not mine. I feel like the norm when they hand out the jokes. Who wrote this one? Who wrote these? Who wrote these?
Listen, I don't know this person or whatever, but it's a person at my kid's school, and they have.
Oh, is that your kid's school? I didn't know that.
They have a window decal. You know how like it's like. What's his name? Calvin peeing on. It's like all the
number 3,
or like it says something.
It's usually like the stick figure family or something.
Yeah, like that. It's on the back of his truck, and literally it says, "My kid's autistic. What the hell's wrong with yours?" And I was like, "Why?"
It's a weird
badge of honor,
and it should. And believe me, it said like and then my mind is like,
it's a weird
"My
stance.
kid's autistic. What the hell's wrong with yours?"
It's a weird stance.
It's aggressive.
And
very aggressive.
Okay, so there's lots of things.
Did it have a society sticker anywhere on it?
Just that the word autistic had jumbly letters, like the actual word was autistic too. It was like big all caps, and then like the letters were shaky, big, and like cartoon letters. So, but I looked at it, I was like,
oh no!
Now this is funny, but for the reasons you don't,
the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong reasons.
This is terrible.
And the only reason anybody's laughing at this is
absurd.
Is because they're laughing at the person that would put this on their goddamn truck, and they're laughing at us. Like, what? Why do you think this is funny, right?
And also, like,
why?
it's kind of like by saying that you're kind of saying something is wrong with your kid.
Yeah. It's like throwing a little shade at your
kid. Your own kid.
But also everybody else in the school. You're talking shit.
Yeah.
You're saying your kid's
fucked up.
Or something's wrong with your kid.
Do they feel like they're taking the power back by accepting it and being like a little more...
No, there's plenty of like autism charities.
It's bad wording.
If you were supporting an autistic child, you would have some sort of
wait. Let's try something.
I have yet to think of one reason why this person did this, other than he's just a dickhead. Right? That's the only plausible, right?
Yeah.
It can't be anything because. There's nothing funny about any of what you said except for the fact that you're fucking...
There it is.
They sell these.
No.
That's it. I found it.
Oh, you did. There it is.
Okay, hold on. I'll put it up so everybody can see it.
Because also, it's a testament to the driver.
It's cringy.
My kid's autistic.
Sure.
What the hell is wrong with yours?
That's only $5. What a steal.
They sell it at Sign Depot.
9 inches. My God.
Yeah. It's big. Yeah, we got to be able to read it. And the car line where you're obviously insulting everybody.
Right.
And then telling everybody that your kid's autistic, which is not a bad thing, but you're
also kind of saying it is.
Yes, yeah. Like, everything about this, the only funny part...
Hey, here's what's wrong with my kid. What's wrong with yours? Like, bad choice of words.
I don't get it.
The only funny part is that you're somehow the actual character of Kenny Powers or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, like, is Kenny Powers driving the truck? Like, what the fuck is this?
There's a lot of these. There's like... There's some better ones. Like, there's one that has, like, a small, like, cartoon of a child with a puzzle piece and it says, my hero has autism. That's cute.
No, that's different.
Yeah, totally different.
That is a totally different thing.
Here's one that says, autism doesn't come with a manual. It comes with a parent who never gives up. That's cool. You know, I like that.
Those are all positive.
But my kid's autistic. What the hell's wrong with yours is a little weird.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, it is.
It is aggressive.
It's different than the other ones.
But I get it. People, parents with children that are autistic, I'm sure they get a lot of shit because a lot of people may not know that their child is autistic and they give them dirty looks because maybe they're being loud or disruptive or whatever. I'm sure they're frustrated as hell, and maybe that's why they've just had enough of it. They're like, I'm going to put this aggressive bumper sticker on. I don't know.
Hold on, I found one. Listen. Some grandpas play bingo, real grandpas ride motorcycles. I'm buying that one for Butler.
Completely understand that caring for an autistic child is very difficult.
But an odd sticker, correct.
But it just doesn't make sense.
I got some comments of people reviewing the sticker.
Good.
This guy says, love this decal. Had a lot of people comment on it, which helped people to feel comfortable about asking questions about autism.
Okay.
This one says, it came 3 days earlier than it should have. Easy to put on. Came out better than I thought. I put it on a little crooked, though. That was my fault.
I just want to hear a viable... Okay, for instance, I...
Love this. Everybody loves this. Everybody should love this.
Remember this week when I got super upset when our buddy, I forgot his name now, goddamn Jason, he called in with Snoop Dogg's story?
Kenny.
That's Kenny.
Wow. Our good buddy Jason. I mean, Kenny. You're my best friend, Jason. I mean, Kenny.
Got this one, I don't know.
I love you, Jason.
Anyway, he was telling us how Snoop Dogg during his tour would bring real marijuana plants, and then his theory was it was to grow and replenish his stock of marijuana.
We said they smoked so much weed that they needed to bring plants, which is stupid.
And then they drove me crazy.
Yeah, and then you took over his entire segment and spoke for 20 minutes. Yeah.
And sorry.
Again, it was just his theory. He didn't know.
But then Chris, I know, but it drove me crazy. I was like, why would he do it? And then Crystal was like, they probably did it just to tell like the people
that they brought weed.
They brought real weed just to like as a way to say,
keep the legend going.
Yeah. And also hold them credibility. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then that's it. That's all we need. So I just need a reason for this. I need
you got to ask him. He's in the car loop.
Can't do it because I imagine. And that's another thing too. I'm stereotyping.
Hold on,
this
there's a way to ask. You got to go, hey, I like your sticker. Where'd you get it?
I'm stereotyping this person as a dickhead, and any sort of asking about the sticker is going to be some sort of
no, but we
awkward
just saw on the review. Maybe they want people to ask.
Yeah, I do believe that it's just poorly worded, and all they're trying to say is autism is more normal than you think. Your kid is a jerk off.
Yeah, your kid's just an asshole,
and you have no way to explain it. My kid actually has something, that can be challenging, and they're making their way through it. We're making our way through it. It is weird. I thought, dude, you're talking to the guy who thinks baby on board stickers are stupid.
Same.
I don't understand that.
I hate the baby on board.
I drive nice all the time because I don't want to kill anybody.
Exactly.
Babies especially, but anybody. If I had to kill somebody, old man.
Seth Petrozelli wants to die anyway.
Look, if you
take him out of his misery.
That was my theory. Yeah. You yelled at me for it. Take it back. I'm taking them all back.
All right, Mal.
So, what's
you
Pamela
do talk
Smart?
like you have jewels in your
Pamela
mouth.
Smart. So I watched this whole thing. That guy that killed her husband. I forget the guy's name. I want to say like Billy or whatever.
A lot of women.
Yeah, look up Pamela Smart and look up the guy who's 15 years old. Her love interest, who he and his couple of friends, teen friends. She told him that she would have to kill. That he would have to kill.
It's like the Botafugo, right?
Yeah, he would have to kill her husband in order for them to be together. And then he did it. And then he went to jail. And she went to jail. Well, he just recently got out. And he's married. I believe he has kids. He married while he was in prison. She's still behind bars. She feels like it's completely unfair that she's still behind bars, but the guy who did it obviously is out. Well, you mind fucked him, you crazy psycho. But
15-year-old, yeah.
But so that guy got out. But the thing that I don't want to talk about any of that sad shit. We've done enough of that. When I looked at her though, the style of this particular crime happened, I want to say late 80s, early 90s. Like she
1990.
She was a very young. So you're thinking late 80s, early 90s. Perfect, 1990.
Yeah, prime 90s, big feathered,
big massive hair. She looks like she is like out of her teens, early 20s, I think, and she looks like a fucking old lady.
That was the style.
It was
Everyone
weird.
looked dated as hell. Even your wife's glamour shots in the bathroom, they make her look like she's goddamn in designing women.
So why?
And she's fucking fine.
When did that change? Because it's like
I'm
watching this interview with her, and she's got the big hair, and she has a dress on. She looks like a Mennonite or a Quaker. It was the style. It was very, very odd.
Big shoulder pads, big hair, everything big, everything big.
Goofy glasses.
It was weird.
Dude, my Meemaw, like in the 30s, got the big Meemaw poof, like in the 30s, like when she was 20-something years old. And I think back then they were just like, all right, you're married now. You're inevitable. You will be inevitable.
Settle in.
You'll be a housewife Meemaw.
For the rest of your life.
So might as well put the costume on. Right? It was like, put it on now. You're 20. Your life is over. And you will be serving. Get the Meemaw poof.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's just weird to me.
But there was like an acceleration. I think.
Then my wife told me she's never cutting her hair shorter as she gets older, and I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna look like Fred Armisen from Portlandia, when he plays the lesbian book owner character.
Dude, think about how different time. Like my pop, they were like, you're 17 years old, you're a man now, you can you can go to war and storm the beach.
Storm the beach.
Go to war. Like 17 years old, you're a man now. Like that, there was a different perception of reality. Like the society was different, so it was like once you got to 22, like you were an old lady. Just you were like 22. Time to live your life as you should as an old lady already. So just get your pearls on and put your
pearls on.
I think it was like that.
Pearls on.
It was like that is it. You now that's it, right? And I think that mentality kind of slowly, even in the 90s.
Oh, we started getting some more rights, being able to work in the workplace.
So even in the early 90s, it was like, hey, to get this big old poof. Even when you're 20, you want to look like I don't know, like everybody else, but everybody else had that big 90s blowout or whatever, it feathered, and it was a style. It was a style, but also it was a style for a lot of generations too. Like people in their 20s and 30s and 40s would do it.
Thank God it died out though.
It's coming back.
Fuck no, it didn't.
I guess we do that with everything. Like
it all comes in cycles.
Yeah.
What's date night dancing course?
No, I just pulled that up. I'm glad you asked. We'll go. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this. We'll go here, and then we'll go here. Here is date night dancing. I found this thing. This came up as a ad on Facebook for me, and it's called "Show Her Off." And it is like this new thing that they're saying.
I love it.
Yeah, it's date night dance. It's a dancing course that you take like via video. Enjoy a fun and flirty date night dancing in your living room. No dance experience needed. Perfect for anyone with 2 left feet. Sparks deeper connection and bond. Dance to any music you like. 30-day money-back guaranteed. Satisfaction guaranteed. Unlimited replays. Lifetime access.
Wow.
I want you to do this with Crystal.
Yes.
And
this will be on the TikTok.
And film it for the TikTok and so I can be rich.
What is it? It's just a dancing course you take.
It looked like 2 swamp people dancing in a field.
Here's a video. I found a video. Hold on.
I'm with Tom. I'm too awkward for this shit. Even just buy
I'm going to force my husband to do this.
Okay, I found the video. You want to watch a little bit of it? This is called Date Night Dancing Demo Clip. Here we go.
God.
So, again, guys, think of it, what was really helpful for me is thinking of these moves as like Lego blocks, and we can mix and match them. And that infinity loop is really like the glue that kind of ties them all together. So that's why I showed you that one first, and really get comfortable with that practicing on your own in the living room. Because once we do that, now we can just kind of do all these moves together.
Dang, he's like in mad shape, and she got a nice donkey ass. I'll watch them dance all night.
It's not like,
what do you think?
Well, you can get this for free on YouTube, right?
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
There's a million how to dance videos, right? Instructional videos.
How much does this cost?
Okay, let's see. Straight run time is 60 minutes, but it's not a movie. It will take you 4 to 6 hours to complete once.
Ooh, that's a long date.
Yeah,
but it's probably like Zoom face to face.
So they interact.
No, it's a video series of 19. You're wrong.
Right.
It's a video series of 19 videos that will get you and your partner dancing together before the night is over. You will learn 11 fun and sexy moves. When combined, you will know over 100 different combinations. You can dance to any music you like.
They're 19 6-hour sessions. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's safe. Do it in your living room because of COVID. Learn to dance for no reason. Because of
That's
COVID.
what this is. Yeah. What if your man doesn't dance? He will after to finish this date night together at home.
That's not true. If I watched all 19 videos, I will not be able to dance after. I will be as stiff as I was in
He
the
says,
first.
I specialize in helping men get it when it comes to dancing with their women. Doesn't matter if he has no rhythm, 2 left feet, or never danced before. Many men simply don't want to learn in public because they understandably don't want to look bad or fail. Since you're doing this in your home, you'll be more comfortable.
I see where he's going with this, but I call bullshit. Not everyone can dance. That's just a fact. I think Tom would struggle with this even after 19
Out of
videos.
the 3 men here, who do you feel like is the most competent dancer?
Quite honestly, I haven't seen any of you dance.
This is a very good.
I saw Daniel dance one time at his wedding.
Yeah?
And it was
How was it?
so
Was it
awkward.
awkward?
I had to hide
Just
behind.
kind of looks like I'm.
I feel like Butler's probably the best dancer.
Okay.
Then Dan, then Tom.
It looked like Snow White dancing with sneezing.
Would be dopey. He's too skinny. I'm definitely got the sneezy body.
Although Butler's dancing's probably a lot of fist pumping. Or
I bet Butler's dancing is inappropriate. Like I think when I think
He's
Butler
boofing
dancing,
somebody.
he's definitely high waisted Zeke Havaricis and he's body rolling like Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know? A lot of this move, a lot of these.
Ain't wrong.
I've danced a couple times, and I
only a couple times in your life.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Can you
Have some
remember
fun,
a time when you were like? Can you remember a time? And I'm gonna guess the answer is no. But can you remember a time when dancing, in your mind, you thought, "I'm doing a good job"?
No, never. It was all. I've done it. Now I guess more.
Norm says he has never danced.
That can't be true. He dances to Time for Bath.
Even was Norm married?
You've seen him. Big fat piece of shit. He ain't married.
Oh my God.
You're right. I should have seen that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He'll be married to a bullet at some point. That's the only action he's getting. My God.
But I did a little bit of dancing at some of my friends' wedding with my wife. But it was blacked out. Then I did some dirty dancing with on the cruise, on the monster cruise. It was but it was.
I've got the power.
I did a couple of fist bumps. I've got the power.
I would drain my savings to see you dance like you're doing them all.
I do the Russian kicks, and then I do the fist bump.
I've got the power. So happy. I'm like, Andrew's like, how are you? I'm like, I've never felt better in my life.
First, I take my business jacket off. I tie it around my waist.
Oh my God. Norm says, never danced once. I made up a lie once in 5th grade that I danced with a girl at the skate rink, but she went to another school.
Oh, that breaks my heart. What if we got Norm dance lessons?
Yes.
Brought him in here.
Usually
we can do them outside. It's COVID. Well, you have to dance outside.
Socially.
Here's the thing:
distance dance.
You usually avoid things that you know you're horrible at, and so there's a reason why Norm and myself and a lot of the Toms out there have never danced before or have
This
danced
is why
very
you have
little.
no motion in the ocean.
I'm too stiff.
You gotta get some flexibility, man.
It's embarrassing. I feel awkward the entire time. I get no enjoyment out of it. There's just I don't even understand why people get enjoyment.
You never went out dancing with your wife when you guys were dating or anything?
We've never been on dates.
Oh my
I've
God.
never been on a date.
What?
I mean, you could say like, going out with my wife to dinner or whatever.
Did you go to like clubbing or anything?
No, nothing. I've never been on a date.
House parties?
Yes, house parties.
But you didn't dance?
No.
It's hard to dance to Sublime, yeah.
Remember, I blew my expensive dress shirt out, the armpits doing the worm at like a couple of my friends' weddings and shit. But
I
that's
love
just
the
more,
fucking worm, dude.
That's more blacked out clowning. You see what I'm saying?
You're not trying to be a good dancer.
I'm blacked out. I'm doing the worm. I'm doing the people are screaming.
Baby, we're just out here straight clowning.
What else?
Blacked out clowning, baby.
Songs triggering memories. Dressing room with mom.
Oh yeah, I had a song. I wrote it. I gotta get out of my phone. I wrote a song in my phone that I listened to, and I can remember being in a dressing room with my mom while she was trying on bathing suits. I'm serious.
How old were you?
I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know. I got to find the song. What song is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Hill Street Blues theme song. So I gotta go to the okay.
So you heard the Hill Street Blues theme song, and it reminded you of being in a changing room with your mom trying on a bathing suit.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man,
my God.
Because it's easy listening, and in traditional BirdInes department stores, they would play easy listening, and I'm on a huge easy listening kick right now.
Was she trying a bikini on or a one piece?
Oh, always a one piece. You know, she had long, stringy boobs and a big old bush. And I remember I'm in there with her, and I remember this is playing, and she's trying, and she would ask me. She'd be like, "What does this look like?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's a big old bush, stringy titty. Looks good to me. You look like my mom. I love you so much."
Oh man.
There's a new channel on. It's not new, but it's on XM Sirius satellite radio called Escape, and they call it all beautiful music. That's considered there is a category of music that's called beautiful music. It falls into that like Lawrence Welk, like loungy style, and I love it. And every night I listen to Escape on XM Sirius satellite radio, which is this style. You know, I listen to this, and I smoke copious amounts of weed.
It sounds like an instructional video music. Like
yeah, it does.
It kind of is. It's
I have
very
a triggering song memory as well.
All right.
It's the MASH theme song.
Okay.
They came on right around 6 p.m. on, I believe it was CBS at the time, and it was right when my dad was immensely blacked out drunk, so then I could switch his Canadian Mist whiskey for apple juice to try and stop my dad from drinking for the night. Oh, it's bringing me right back. PTSD.
Oh, you called me
I switched your beer for apple juice. I wish that you loved me more. I am just a sad girl. I hate this army show.
God, I did. Oh. So bad.
My God, between Seth and Samantha's story.
Oh, I thought we were sharing triggering songs.
Mr. Bathroom. Or
who's Mr. Bathroom? If you were a graffiti artist, your name would be Mr. Bathroom. Exit through the gift shop featuring Mr. Bathroom.
I do have one trigger song. It was it's the theme song to Silk Stockings.
Yes.
And it gives me a boner every time. Because that was the first memory I have of watching something that I think in my mind it was inappropriate. And the theme song was like, oh, boner.
It used to be HBO Dream On with me.
Is this it?
Uh-oh.
Oh, the boner's coming. Countdown to boner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. You know what? I kind of like it's giving me a boner. Turn that on. You want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's talk about semantics.
Let's talk about me. Let's talk about let's talk about number one. Oh, no. I'm country crazy today. Toby Keith.
Toby Keith.
Don't ask me why I know that.
So Daniel and I are going to be on semantics tonight.
It'll be an actual fun Friday.
It will.
We won't bring up terrible anxiety or traumatic memories.
Now, do you still get shit-faced on that show? Because the last time I was on there, I remember we did shots in your
I mean, you
kitchen.
can if you want to.
and then your dog is biting my feet.
Well, he's dead now, so you don't have to worry about that.
That's good. All right.
Neither her dog nor my mom can bite your feet.
That's correct.
Don't say that's good.
No, it's just who wants their feet?
Raise your hand.
Was that anyway, so will the episode be out?
It'll be out this Sunday, yes.
Sunday, cool. Perfect.
Semantic Sunday.
And again, we'll give you more details about the event next week, but Dr. Phillips will announce it on Monday, and BDMs will get first crack at the pods coming on Wednesday at noon.
The pods!
So all that information will go out to BDMs. We'll personally email everybody.
We will indeed.
And then,
but it'll be like a form email. I'm not gonna Dear Steve.
I have no idea who does it or how it's done. It just goes out to everybody else. So that's it, right?
Take me down to Butthole City, let me munch that box, let me slap them titties. Oh, won't you please get that hole? Yeah, yeah. Hello.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
Deep Valley. For some strange reason, the song reminds me of something that Jack White would have sunk his teeth into. From the brand new Digital Dream album, you heard High Horse featuring KT Tunstall and Peaches. It's groovy, fun, and completely unexpected. Next up was new music from Austrian punk rockers D-Cracks. These guys have been cranking out punk rock tunes since the early 2000s, and now they're back with some brand new music. From their brand new Serious Issues album, you heard their song, We Can't Help It. Next up, and speaking of early 2000s, I just threw you in a time machine and took us all back to 2003 by playing the song Deformed School from Orlando band Bughead's Whiskey, Eggs, and Bacon album. The album's almost 20 years old, and I'm still digging it. Although that band, I believe, all but maybe it was a three-piece. I think two. Let's see here. Yeah, Nate moved away, and I think the other guys are in other bands. We closed out the show with more new music from the groovy-ass band known as Sports. From their brand new and now fully released album, Get a Good Look Part 1 EP, you heard the song Never Know. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching, listening, supporting the show, sending us emails. And be sure, you can really help me out if you go to YouTube and just type in Tom and Dan Live, like and subscribe and kind of get up our YouTube numbers. That'd really help us out. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.